Yes.
Hey, there we are! Right on time!
Right on time.
Hi, guys.
Hey, what's up?
We're gonna play some Legacy.
Yes.
We're not.
No.
We're gonna watch.
Yes.
With you.
Uh-huh.
You guys can play along at home. It's really difficult to play Legacy at home. Play along, right? You have to like stack your deck.
Mm-hmm.
It's awkward.
It really is. Okay.
We got pairings just went up.
Yes.
Players are not sat down quite yet. They should very soon. We had a little bit of a late start today.
A little bit, yeah.
Just allowing you guys to get into chat and join us. So we're doing it for you.
Check it out. We got 20 people tonight.
We have some interesting decks.
Yeah, we have a lot of interesting decks. I'm kind of excited. I had to laugh because the last couple of weeks Tim hasn't been playing, and I've been lending some cards to Tim, and so I've been lending them to somebody else. And then Tim came to me today, and he's like, "Hey, so I need those cards back." And I was like, "Oh yeah, sure." So I like hand them to him, and next thing you know, like 5 minutes after I give him that, those cards, I have another player coming up. "Hey, can I borrow the stuff?" Like everybody just
right?
everybody wants to play Legacy. It's
we
fantastic.
were doing the Tuesday Legacy. Let's throw a bunch of decks together last minute thing that we like to do here sometimes when people want to try something a little different. So somebody threw together Dredge. Somebody threw together the new Steel Stompy.
Somebody did?
Yeah.
Okay. I know we have Bomberman. I know we have oh man, there's quite a few things. Yeah, this is the Smasher deck that Tim's playing. But I think we can focus on, do we want to watch Tim and Talon, or do we want to watch Noah and Terry? What do you want to do?
Let's see Tim and Talon. Because we've seen a lot of Terry the last couple weeks.
Yeah, we really have.
And that's a mat.
Whoa.
Guys, are you ready for this? Don't adjust your screens. Whoa. That's cool.
That's a gorgeous mat.
He said something about having to get it out of the country.
Really?
It's not available locally.
Alright, so we've got Tim. We've got Talon.
Do you know what Talon's playing?
No idea.
We haven't seen Talon play Legacy with us. He likes to draft.
Yeah. Talon is one of the owners here at Paragon City Games. So
that's a pretty cool mat on the other side. Look at it. It's the battle of the playmats.
Yep.
All right, guys. Who wins? This is critical.
Ready, set,
we need to know
vote.
Right now. Yeah.
Go. They're not going.
Nobody's going.
No one.
We did unmute the mic, right? It's showing that we're talking.
Yes, we are talking. I know that for sure.
Huh. All right.
What do we call this? Just Vial Smasher?
Yeah. You're going with the Force of Will playmat over the Jin playmat? Okay.
Yeah, know what Tim's playing. Don't know what Talon's playing. I'm kind of excited to find out though, because we've known Talon for a little while. I've never actually seen him play Legacy before. This is amazing.
Video looks good.
Welcome in, everybody.
Yeah, we should see some fun. There's been a little bit of changing happening in Legacy recently. Some new decks being tried out and doing well. It's kind of fun.
Where did we get the Jin playmat? They're kind of a thing for this store. There's a local player in our community who had it made a little while ago, and I mean, I actually personally own one. I've never used it. I always kind of wanted to, keep it nice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's pretty sweet. I didn't know Tim had one.
Look at how his sleeves like blend into the playmat.
They're like gone. Like, where's his deck?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. The Force of Will. Brian votes for the Force of Will playmat.
Okay. This is owner versus employee.
So if it gets down to the wire, he can just be like, "You're fired."
Yep. Talon could just be like, "If you win this, you're fired. You're fired."
Talon, you think is on burn? Can you see that closely?
I've seen. I see mountains.
Those are some basic mountains. Okay.
Good call.
And Tim is playing. Is he playing with Vial Smasher
yes.
still? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Grixis, Vial Smasher. Grixis Miracles, Grixis stuff.
Sure.
The in things.
Yeah. Well, I would assume that Burn is favored.
I would make the same assumption.
Burn having pretty much almost every single card that can deal with Vile Smasher.
Yep.
And so that kind of negates its ability, right? Zwerdryu. Thanks for the follow.
Brian, both your Bomberman and your food chain deck are lent out tonight.
The Jin Mat is sick. Ah, there's a vote for the Jin Mat. Yep.
Okay, cool. We've got a Polluted Delta.
We need a black miracle card.
Battle of the Goblins. Look at this. Arid Mesa for a basic mountain. ZW Drew, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that.
Zwerdryu. This is what his name is.
Oh.
I
always say everything
You got
wrong.
things twice.
Who is on them? We have Alec Ruggles is on your food chain deck, and then we have our very own TRZ on your Bomberman deck.
There's a Goblin Guide. Gonna guide us to the goblins.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he does, right?
That's yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Rawr. Okay. Kind of a weird fetch, but
You might just have a bolt.
well, you can wait for the activation. Yeah.
You can.
It's so here's the thing you can do in Legacy, right? Or in Modern. Goblin Guide, attacks, trigger, reveal the top card of your library. Then you can either draw it if it's a land, or you can then fetch it away if you don't want it.
Right.
Now he loses the ability to.
Oh, I love this.
Okay.
He's got a brainstorm.
So he's going to functionally draw an extra card this way.
Yes.
Okay.
Nobody's on Nick's Fit tonight. Brian, I haven't quite had the time to fix it after I built my Modern deck for the open or for the invitational. So I still need to put it together, otherwise it'd be lent out.
Okay.
Yeah, I like this. I like this play from Tim quite a bit.
It works.
He's like he's essentially, his brainstorm is now drawing like 2 cards, right?
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do to get TRZ on the feature match area, into the feature match area for next round. Nick's Fit was a sweet deck. It is a sweet deck. I really, really love it. How did the invitational go? Not as well as I would have liked. I didn't do poorly. Let's just say that. Definitely nay. Yo, it's Tony. Definitely nay.
You're not a fan of the scroll rack?
No.
Oh.
No, it has not been useful.
Especially when it was taking out a card that was always useful.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. All right, untap. Turn 2 for the burn player. For the force of will, getting blinded by. Doesn't it feel like there's constantly just this amount of vibration that's.
Whoa.
Goblin Guide 2. See, I told you he was going to guide us to the goblins.
Yeah, you were right.
Trigger. Which is fun to say.
We've got a Badlands on top
Wow.
and a mountain on top.
I'll draw some cards.
Yeah, no kidding.
What was that mountain?
It's the Mount Fuji mountain.
Isn't it like an APAC?
That's it, yeah.
Oh, cool.
APAC.
1 Goblin Guide bites the dust, gets lightning bolted.
Any manaless dredge decks? Not that I know of.
We have a dredge deck playing, somebody trying out dredge, but not mentalist.
Not manaless. Okay.
All right, so Tim can play every single card in his deck, right? Except for like the 2 of Jace's.
Yes.
Here. So I hope he plays something.
Probably a Young Pyromancer. This is since there's 2 mana tapped, I imagine that's what's coming down.
Yeah, there's a LED dredge being played here.
All right, there's a Young Pyro. And then I see a Brainstorm. Not sure what else is going on over here.
You have to discard. I think he does. Drawing extra cards forces that to happen. No, maybe not. Okay.
Got a full 7. Got to feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Hopefully he has a counter spell or 2 for what's going to happen.
We got to get Nate on cam because he was asking. Well, he was asking to borrow the cards for dredge, I believe.
Okay.
So he was putting together the deck for somebody else.
Nate is always a person that we like having on camera. He's always got cool brews, interesting things going on.
Yes, it's fun when you have a community of people and you can be like, I need these 6 cards that equal up to $1,000. Can I borrow them? Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
It works out. Oh, you think Nate has something crazy himself? Cool.
Okay. Stadatnu, welcome in.
Mountain says, I want to kill your young pyromancer. Went to sear
He
it.
sure does.
I like my young pyromancer seared. Like a blaze.
Aw, my sister says she loves me.
Whoa.
That's cool. That's cool.
Oh, the pirates are done? We don't get any more pirating?
Love you too, fam.
Wait till we get the red red Snapcaster, bad Snapcaster pirate, and then you can repirate.
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna play.
You are cool.
Like maybe in some like weird death and taxes type. Whoa, that's a big promise. I mean, it implies that you're getting back.
Wait, Brian's coming back?
That's what it says.
I was never made aware of this. I just assumed that Brian was leaving forever.
So Brainstorm made a elemental token, and he took some damage from the blaze. And Goblin Guy just keeps drawing cards.
Yep.
That's card 4. It's turn 3. Elemental token died. Okay. You didn't want to go to 10. Admiral, we're just getting started.
In like 20 days. It's like right around the corner.
There's going to be a whole different meta in 20 days.
Seriously.
There's going to be like 4 more sets released.
Next thing you know, Calvin won't even be playing something Grixis or 4-color. You're going to come back and he's going to be like, yeah, I played Maverick.
I thought I'd try mono green.
Not Maverick.
Whoa.
So something to mention about the way that Tim's playing this is he doesn't seem to be playing his basics at all, which against Burn they typically play for
Price of Progress.
Price of Progress.
Yeah, Tom might be just looking at us going, well, I've already won.
Yeah. Calvin on elves. Yeah, exactly. All right, let's see what he's got up his sleeve.
And you don't need all these duels, right?
No.
You need some double blue in case you draw your Jace, sure, but let's do some delving.
Yeah, I think so.
He's played a Thunderous Wrath. I'm not sure if it's still there.
No, there are absolutely Thunderous Wrath in his deck, Admiral Nobeard. It is a Vile Smasher deck. He has many delve spells. He's also got Thunderous Wrath, and he also has what is it, Logic Knot? I guess that's another delve spell, but still.
There's kind of an interesting End of Turn Lightning Bolt where you're playing into Daze or other things there that.
I mean, we know that Tim doesn't play Daze, but Talon might not, so I'm not sure.
One mana, 10 damage.
Yep.
Here's the price.
So 8 damage?
Lethal damage? That's what that says.
Yep.
Price is a really good card in Legacy right now. Price of Progress.
Yes.
POP, as people like to type it, which is weird.
Pop.
Because, ow.
Actually,
yeah. There's the other one. By the way, Tim, basics are a thing. There are no foil True Name Nemesises. No, there's not. Wait, why?
There are not. No. Any new tokens out of Cats and Cantrips? We have our most... Oh, wait, Brian, you still haven't sent me the new ones. What are the new ones? Good thing Brian's, like, right here in chat. Send them to my phone.
This is a weird question, though, Brian. Why are you asking if there's no foil True Name Nemesis? Like, did somebody sell you one wherever you are, and you're like, wait a minute. Go to our Instagram.
Go to our Instagram. Let's check it out.
Well, we can take a peek at our other match, too.
Oh, I guess we can, huh?
So we had Terry playing a 4-color blade.
I think he plays Esper Death
And Noah playing blue-white control with a splash red. Or Miracles, as some people like to call it. They're wrong, but they like to call it that.
Yeah, I don't know why people would call it that.
Here's a true name attacking Jace. I'm not sure. This is game 1 for these guys, right? And here we are. We find the Terminus, the way to deal with the true name, and it gets hardcast Force of Willed. Ooh.
I only see 3 of them, Brian, but these are amazing.
This one's new too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, these are phenomenal.
I like those.
I'll pull them up between rounds to dot new. But we do have some goodies. For sure.
So how did what I miss here? We had the Force of Will. Okay, countered the Terminus.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then there's a Ponder. So Noah's not just drawing off the top. He has a chance here. Make some. Make some things happen. Here we go. I have seen there's one particular alterist. You call an alter an alterist, who's able to using foil splicing. What is it called? What do they call it? Man, talking. Stopped thinking.
You're the person who knows this stuff.
A foil peel, and they're able to foil peel a border onto a non-foil card. And
where are you next? Thanks for the follow.
They look really good.
Yeah.
But they're also, the way they do them is very time consumptive.
All right, looks like we've got some opening hands here on our other table.
Man, that playmat. Bam! Oh!
It really is gorgeous.
It's a blue card.
Yep, that's a blue card. Completely blue.
Probably pick up the Bryce altar. I haven't done one of these foil pill things. I don't even know where to begin there. But yeah, we could figure out a True Name Nemesis altar. I guess I already did one once, huh? My altering has improved since then, I think.
I think so.
Should I build Braid stacks or Browntown stacks?
Braid stacks, hands down.
Like, you know the deck lists intimately and you know which one's better.
Don't mock me.
Hey, it's a Goblin Guide. Oh, this time he gets to land in the dark. Easy.
Let's see if he has
a
bolt.
How about some basics this time around? You think he's gonna fetch some basics?
I think you should get some basics.
He's gonna get some basics.
Yeah. He's like, this is the reason I wanted the basic mountain.
It's a cool mountain. I like that one.
He came to me before the event and he goes, I think I need a mountain in my deck. And I go, okay, I have just the one. I picked that one out for him. See, Brian says braids always. I'm not alone here.
If it's banned in Commander, it's probably correct.
Yes, he did die to Price of Progress game 1. It dealt 8
very much. And then the next one brought him to -8 life.
Yes, Admiral Nobeard. 4 chains. Absolutely. Is there any like, could you possibly play less?
Nope. Incorrect.
2 POP. I'm pretty sure Burn plays 4.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
He had 2 though.
Oh, he had 2?
But the second one never got a chance to actually get played.
2 chains.
Fetching another mountain. Talon is going with the Noah Bradley. No, that's not Noah Bradley. Who does that one?
You're the artist. You're the person who knows this stuff.
I haven't played with that one in a while, so I don't remember. It's a mountain. It's got an arch. It feels very Utah-y.
It does kind of feel Utah.
We have arches like that, sort of, in Utah.
Yes.
We have more arches like that than you guys, wherever you are, have arches like that. How about that? Yeah. Oh, you didn't think we were going to see any Grim Monoliths, Grim Flayers, but we do have a Grim Lavamancer.
Grim Lava Man.
That sounds spicy. Yeah, if that's Admiral a deck, you should make that happen.
Admiral No Beard, I like where your head's at, and you really need to get with us when it comes to streaming decks on Moto. You need to share us some lists.
That sounds like something you and I could lose with.
Yes,
we would do it in style.
Today I went 2 and 3 with Eldrazi Post, and then when I was done with the league, I just look at the camera and I'm like, we went 2-3 with Cheerios. This deck, this good deck, just did what Cheerios did. All right, we've got a Rift Bolt suspended, and Tim is very, very clearly conscious of
whoops.
Once you lose to Price of Progress once, you gotta play around that next time.
Yeah, it's possible it bites him here, but probably not. He probably has a swamp of some sort in hand, and he can play whatever he wants.
No, we did not face Blitz Terran.
Yeah. Admiral, you can send us a list.
Yeah, just send us a list. You can whisper it to us.
I'll
take a look.
If it's not ridiculously expensive or it's cards we already have, then we can make it happen. Yeah. Otherwise, maybe a small stip, a small donation would make it even easier. Did you face Blitz Terran because he played against Eldrazi?
No, I don't think so.
Mono black contamination main. That sounds fun.
Sun Dodger. Actually, I have a Zombardment ready to go for tomorrow.
HG says, "Wait a minute, Cheerios? What?
Did I just hear Cheerios?"
Yeah, we're gonna blame you for that one.
Yep.
HG,
blaming HG.
It's your fault. Search for his game. Chat.
Begin your searches, everyone. We've got Search for Ascant on the board.
We have cities already, so it doesn't matter how much.
Yeah, we have those. We have a lot of things, but there are some key things that we don't have on MTGO that we'll need in the future.
All right, turn 3 for burn.
Yeah, Rift Bolt dealt some damage. Third Mountain's coming down. I am not sure what's in his hand. He wants to give a good look to Azcanta, or search for Azcanta.
The idea of a deck playing contamination main deck sounds pretty interesting.
The Zombardment deck I have built for you and me to play tomorrow.
In Legacy?
Yes.
We're playing Zombie Bombardment?
Yes, we're playing Zombardment tomorrow.
It
has contamination main board.
My tooth kind of hurts. I think I have a dental appointment that I'll have to pass on because I want to play Zombie Bombardment.
Yes. Man, he got me good. I thought he was going to bail. Did you guys feel the same way?
Search for Azcanta plus Lavamancer is pretty neat.
Lavamancer only hits your own graveyard. So
if you had it in play, I could see where you're going with there, because you get to add cards to your graveyard. Yeah, that'd be neat. Do we have Relentless Deads?
No, there are no zombies in Zombardment. I'm being serious.
Obviously.
I'm sorry.
Well, is there even the enchantment?
Yeah, Zombie Bombardment, or sorry, Goblin Bombardment is in the deck.
And
it's a one of.
In the black enchantment that it gets the zombies from, where you discard cards to make zombies. No, that's not in there. Oh. Okay.
Probably was at one point.
Miracle.
Look, guys, it's a miracle. Whoa, Thunderous Wrath is gonna target Grim Lavamancer.
Bang. That's kind of correct, I guess.
That is a very dead Lavamancer.
Like, if you don't have any other action in your hand that can deal with it, that Lavamancer is going to kill you. But, that's supposed to go to his face. Like, Tim's not clocking Talon at all, right?
No,
He's got zero pressure.
Like, he needs to get a Vile Smasher on board immediately.
Guys, you're just going to have to tune in tomorrow morning and find out. 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, whatever that is.
That's when we're going to play Zombard.
Noon Eastern. Jump in, and we will...
Fill in the blanks.
Yeah. We'll show you the list, and then you can leave.
And then you can leave. Or you can hang out, like whatever you want.
Underworld Bridge. What is that even a card?
I don't know.
Underworld Dreams. Bridge from Below. I don't know if there is such a thing as Underworld Bridge. Sounds cool. We're just going to keep guessing. What about this one? What about this card? All right, Tim's figuring out how... Oh, he's not figuring anything out. He's just going to pass the turn. Lightning Rift has rifted the lightnings. Tim's down to 7. A very I could kill you at this point 7.
Very much so.
I mean, I'd lose if my opponent was playing with that mat.
Seriously.
Chain Lightning. Card is off the chain. Or is
Really
it on
is.
the chain? I'm not sure.
Off.
It's chained.
It does play 2 Grave Pact.
All right. For life. Tim needed like a turn 2 zombie fish or something relevant here. Going to 3 is not a great idea when your opponent has a lot of things that kill you at 3.
Yep.
Unless you really need that mana. Doesn't look like he does.
No, he just has a bunch of lands in hand.
And a Jace. What, Rin's Prodigy Jace?
I don't think so.
That is? If we turn our heads, guys, we can't see anything different. Going to 3.
If I'm Talon, I'm just bolting him right here, like right now.
Mm-hmm.
In response, bolt you.
You already used 1 earlier, I believe, this game. There's a basic island.
I just got to applaud Tim with his basics.
You've got to.
You just got to.
Mm.
His basic lands are just phenomenal. The best ones.
Okay. You guys have to.
Yep.
Going to 3. Living in the I'm not going to be living any longer zone is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, he does not have long to live here.
Search for his Kanta is going to be able to flip. Right?
Yeah, and now Price of Progress is lethal as well.
Whoops.
What did I build in Modern? I played Jund. I actually didn't end up playing my last round because I lost to Tron, making me X 2-1. So I was out of the top 8.
Guys, we found it. We found the weird version. The Azcanta that what is it from? The buy a box promo pack.
Yeah, that
Azcanta.
thing. That one.
That's actually what it says on the card. It says buy a box promo pack at the bottom in very small text.
Yes.
See, I really just don't think it matters what Tim does. I don't think that he has a line that he can deal 18 damage before Talon draws anything at all.
No. Yeah, I love Modern Jund. I have for a long time. It's probably the worst it's ever been, though. Or close to it. I beat Death Shadow pretty handily. And then I lost to Tron.
Zombie fish.
There's a zombie fish.
Gurmatagasiga Angler.
Yeah, that thing.
Whatever you call it.
Here's Price Progress. This is threatening 4 damage.
So Search for his Kanta actually just killed him.
Yes.
Some people, when they find Azcanta, they lose the game. That's what it said. Find Azcanta, lose.
Nailed it.
It hurt Jund more than it helped.
Yeah, it did hurt Jund more than it helped.
Other match that doesn't have this gorgeous
All right.
force of will.
Burn, taken down.
2-0 for Talon. All right, here we are. This is probably game 2. And we can assume that Terry won game 1 based off of that, I think. And he's going to Stoneforge Mystic a Batterskull. Is that why Death Shadow basically replaced Jund?
Yes. Yes.
Because of Death Shadow, or because of Fatal Push?
Well, Death Shadow just did replace Jund. Not in like a literal sense, but it's just as disruptive. But it's faster.
Inquisition of Kozilek. Interesting. Wouldn't have expected that here. Normally that's a Thoughtseize in most of these decks, if it's coming out of the sideboard or something. Or if it's main deck card. But alright. See, so I mean, here it has a take, right? He's going to take the Council's Judgment. Probably. I guess the Disenchant is actually a live take too, when you just went and got a Batterskull.
Yeah.
They kind of both do the same thing.
They're definitely similar.
Terminus would give him some other plays, or Thoughtseize would have given him other choices here. All right. Council's Judgment was judged by a council of 1. Sorry.
There's a new MTGO thing? What do you mean?
Somebody, Little Notebook said they updated the interface.
Really? Man, tomorrow's going to be a mess.
Right?
Tomorrow is going to be
Year 25. We finally have made a change to our 25-year-old program. No, it's not 25 years old. There's a like a timeline that they put on the website going through the Magic's history, and it is amazing that Magic Online was launched in like 2002 or something like that, and it's pretty much the same program it was in 2002. Broken in new and interesting ways. Yeah.
Oh, you can count on it.
We fixed the old bugs and made new ones. You can discover new bugs.
Interesting for everybody.
It'll be fun. So Noah chose to not play a Jace there.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. He's leaving his Disenchant live.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got 2 of them.
Oh, you're just referring to the fact that you never watch our paper side of our stream?
So I'm not sure.
This is where it's at right here.
I'm not sure that choice. We're just jumping into this game, but I kind of like playing one of your Jaces and putting Terminus on top. Brainstorming
Right.
it.
That way, if they do go Batterskull.
Yeah, and Terry would have to do something more than what he's got to be able to kill your Jace. So I'm not sure that line, but okay. Take some damage off of Deathrite at the end of turn. Lands in front. Yeah, I know.
Every time Terry's on camera, we get it. It's pretty funny.
And he's just going to pass.
We have a Portent.
It's an important card in this deck.
Nice.
Yep.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
There's an Entreat on top.
That's where they go, though. Yes, in on-camera matches, you are not allowed to play lands in front. In like
competitive REL.
Yeah, GPs or opens or anything that's not Tuesday Night Legacy Paragon City games.
Yes.
We should get Brian to make a declaration though, because I'm sick of talking about it. They provide land to walk across. Yeah, it's way more interesting. Like when you actually have mountain walk, you get to walk across the mountains.
Little did you know, really, really, all that's going on over here is just walking. Lots and lots of walking.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so here is a flusterstorm that can't be paid for, but Noah has a second disenchant. Or so I thought. Yeah. Why not use it now? Okay, doesn't want to. Germs don't have $500. What?
Land walk?
$500 land walk.
Mm.
Ah. Okay.
I mean, valid point. Alright,
there's a disenchant.
Yeah, they're too
hot. Where did that draw come in? I'm confused. Oh, from Portent?
From Portent, yeah. It's that delayed draw.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Because this was all happening at the end of Noah's turn. Now it's... Okay.
Sweeping declaration. I will never get drunk again.
So we had 2 flusterstorms, canceling both of the disenchants.
Yes.
And Noah's down to
11.
Some amount of kind of opaquely clear life.
It's 11. Somebody took off with our blue dice, okay? We haven't replaced it yet.
We need a sweeping deck. I saw I think it was carbon being used on over the weekend on the
it was
stream.
It was the one that I have. It's utility.
Is that one?
Yeah,
oh yeah. And it worked pretty well.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like they were playing chess because it was like every time somebody did damage to their opponent, they were the ones to tap. So they're like reaching across, tap, tap. But it was clearer than what our life totals are here. And they were like on a little mini iPad or something, right?
Yep. Something like that could work.
Yeah, maybe not yellow.
No, we have to use yellow.
Not if you can't see it.
Settle down. Pay your respect to the best color.
All right, let's go ahead and give. I forgot. Did I say Noah won game 1? I think that's what I said.
Oh, did you?
I think so, based off of their lands. But that's kind of an educated guess.
We'll find out.
Terry, it feels like Terry's got this. You know, Noah's still got those 2 Jaces.
Doesn't he have a terminus on the top though?
Was he able to put it back? He must.
It's not in his hand.
Okay.
It was.
So we saw him just do that here, right? That's where that Jace has come down and happened. Yeah. And then Jace got killed by a Snapcaster and a...
Painful truths. Painful truths. This is going to get Flusterstorm. Oh, man. Flusterstorm's everywhere.
It's like people can afford them now, that they're not $95.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he Jace, 0, terminus to the top. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There we go. Okay. That's what you do. The batter skull remains with no skull to batter with.
Yes.
Is that how it works?
No.
Jace number 2 says, I'm going to look at some cards.
I think Jace looks a lot better this time. And the chances that Terry's going to recommit something to the board here is pretty high. He could easily have just put that terminus right back on top.
Yeah, and even if not, he can just keep floating it. Oh, this is going to get countered.
Yeah, it's going to get forced.
Or stubborn Flusterstormed. He's going down to 10. The elusive 10. There it is.
Can never seem to find it.
It's like a crocodile. Elusive crocodile.
Crocky.
Right? Some of you may be too young for that reference.
Maybe. Yeah. More Flusterstorms.
We're getting flustered.
And there's a Deathrite Shaman.
I guess. Or it's storming.
This is that a search for Azcanta? That seems powerful. Now he can't. His fetch is not a fetch that can get him a basic white source, so the Blood Moon's probably not as appealing as he would like it to be. But he can definitely get search onto the board.
Yeah, and Blood Moon doesn't look as hot here when there's a Deathrite Shaman, right?
Right, and not to mention he actually wants his search for Azcanta to do something once it gets flipped.
But Blood Moon's a pretty good way of stalling the game out in a way that Jason will be able to win, right? If he could. There's lots of different things, but one of them is you could bounce Deathrite and then Blood Moon. Oh, he's just going to run it out, even though he has no white.
It is somewhat surprising that this is what's happening, because not only that, but like he hasn't dealt with the. Okay, there it is.
So he's going to respond to his Blood Moon and use a white mana. Okay,
yes.
There we go.
That makes way more sense. Okay, so we do have a basic swamp on Terry's side,
and Batterskull will be able to get bounced, right?
Yeah,
and replayed, but when there's a Jace that can just keep bouncing it back.
Yep.
So I think Terry takes game. I think Noah take both of those then, right? And so they're D-sideboarding. Yep.
Looks that way.
Noah gets that 2-0.
Okay, so I was going to show some people. Stadotnu asked about our new Cats and Cantrip tokens.
So we've got about 8-ish minutes left in round 1. We've got 4 rounds, 3 more rounds of Legacy.
These 3 are some of the new ones. I haven't seen the other new ones.
So that's a egg elemental for the new Phoenix.
The new Phoenix card.
Rekindling Phoenix, or
is that what it is?
Something like that.
I don't know, but it's a cool card.
It gets a lot of play in Standard right now.
And I'm digging the token,
I guess.
And then we have obviously our Lifelink and our Death Touch Worm.
You think that's how it works? I think that this one's the Lifelink and that one's the Death Touch.
You're kidding.
I'm kidding. It's pretty clear.
Oh man, I kind of wanted to fight with you about it.
We'll see, because the flowers, that everything's dead and there's flowers growing on them, and the Lifelink one, they've sucked the life out of the skulls and gained the life.
And I was gonna get chat all involved on it. Dang it! Why couldn't you just let it go?
Sorry.
Unbelievable.
Those are neat.
When people won't go along with things. But yeah, so 2 new worm tokens and an elemental. They are absolutely fantastic. You can get those on Paragon City Games eBay. You can and we will have those up on ParagonCityGames.com soon.
Cool.
And then you can also go to Etsy under Cats and Cantrips and get those as well.
Sweet.
They are great. And then what else was I going to show people? I was going to show, what, were we going to reveal the Zombardment deck?
Oh, I thought we were waiting till tomorrow, but we can show it now. We've got exactly 7 minutes or something.
Yeah, 7 minutes.
Throw up a timer here too.
I have it.
There we go. What is this new Magic Online interface thing you're talking about?
He was talking about like this.
Oh.
This is the new Magic Online interface. Shows people's hands coming in.
Because
yeah.
Little Notebook always sees us playing online, and they are playing with.
Little Notebook always
cards.
Watches our MTGO stuff.
I was gonna say they're not investing money in Magic Online.
No, they sure aren't.
They're just taking money from Magic Online is what they're doing.
This monstrosity, chat, is the deck that I'm talking about.
This is what we're playing tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay. It's got Grave Pact.
Yeah.
Whenever a creature you control dies, each other player sacrifices a creature, and there's 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Neat. Hidden Stockpile looks like this. This is a recent standard card. And it will, at the beginning of your end step, if something left, any permanent left your battlefield, then you get a 1/1 servo, and then you can sacrifice a creature to scry 1.
Yep, so Hidden Stockpile combos with Contamination, works very well with Goblin Bombardment, and also really works well with Undiscovered Paradise. That's one of our lands.
It's just 1.
Yep. It works super well within
It
stockpile.
leaves every upkeep once you've tapped it.
Yeah.
And then you get a land to Bloodghast automatically.
It also works.
So this is the card that's making this whole thing go, right?
Pretty much. Like a lot of the time, you are trying to lock your opponent out with either Grave Pact or Contamination, and then just attack through with Bloodghast with like a Grafted War Gear or like a Lingering Souls tokens. Bitter Blossom can keep you going as well. But yeah, Goblin Bombardment, that's where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
You have 2 Enlightened Tutors. They can go get you in stockpile, Jitte, Grafted War Gear, Contamination, Grave Pact. Pretty much everything your heart could ever desire. And Bitter Blossom.
I'm excited. Are you guys excited? Chat doesn't seem very excited.
What? Why wouldn't chat be excited?
We get this card though. Look at this. We went 3 and 2 with this card.
Yeah, we did. The Gate. The Gate.
I like Urborg Justice. That one's a fun card.
Yeah, it's a sweet one.
It's kind of interesting. Along with this, like
it's kind of a turn 2 effect of it.
Yeah.
This way you can throw things with Goblin Bombardment. Where's Paper?
We're showing the deck. Both of our rounds finished, or both of our games finished. So in 3 minutes, we will have round 2 of Paper Legacy for you. Just for you, Ryan.
I know. I just wanted to show off this bombardment deck. Jeez, people were asking.
That's what we're gonna do tomorrow.
Seriously.
So 10 a.m. Mountain Time, which is noon Eastern.
Basically in the middle of the night.
For Riley? No, it's not that far behind us.
No. In the middle of the night for me.
Oh. During the normal daylight hours, right around lunchtime, we're going to play that deck. Goodness.
That's what I said, the middle of the night.
Speaking of middle of the night, yes. It's not the middle of the night right now. It's like 8 o'clock.
Lunar. Oh, that's right. The lunar phenomenon tonight.
What's happening?
It's gonna be an enlarged blood moon tonight.
So somebody's gonna play a blood moon, and then they're going to enlarge it.
Imprison Emrakul in the moon, and then.
You sure it's not a blood sun?
I'm sure.
Okay.
Because it's at nighttime.
Well.
Around 4 a.m. Man, I might actually want to stay up for that. That sounds cool. That's like around my bedtime. So.
I swear every time I've stayed up for any sort of like meteor shower, it's always like cloudy and overcast. And
yeah, you can't see it at all.
No, nothing. We do live in a pretty bright city, so.
Yeah.
All right. You guys get round 2 a little bit early. Whoa. I'm excited. Are you excited? We're excited.
Calvin and Noah. What's gonna be our Oh man. Yes.
Trace versus.
Yes, we have Trace versus something cool. John Stockinger. Okay. Well, let me get that set up for you guys. Getting started with round 2 here. Who's who? I don't think he's put these up yet because people are not moving around.
Nope. It's got to start time a little later then.
Oh, he did?
No, like he needs to. If that's the case.
He did change it?
Oh, yeah. There you did. Well done.
Alright, so he's getting that posted right now.
You can change round 1 to round 2 for us.
I could do that. I could maybe do that. Get all of this switched up for the nice people.
John is probably on Legacy Death Shadow? Okay.
Yeah. We saw him on that. Was it last week?
Legacy's Death Shadow versus.
I think he won last Tuesday with Legacy Death Shadow. And then also we saw Legacy Death Shadow take down Car Kingdoms uh, 86 person tournament.
Yeah, on Sunday.
On Sunday.
Yep. Beating Grixis Mill.
Beating Grixis Mill in the finals.
Of course.
Kind of surprising that tournament happened and nobody's on Grixis Mill today.
Yeah.
Not one person was like intrigued even a little.
I'm not.
They're like, if they can do it, I can do it. Not one person felt
all
that
the
way.
luck was used up on that one tournament. FC Reaper, hello over there.
But not Miracles versus Kelly. Yeah, we have Bomberman versus Legacy Death Shadow. Pretty much exactly what you'd expect when you join a Legacy paper stream.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like, yeah, this is definitely the way things are going to go. All right, so we've got Mr. TRZ himself versus, all right, and he's on Bomberman. Versus John.
Everybody likes Bomberman, right? Right? Right, chat? We've got a very quiet chat today.
We do. Nobody's being talkative.
You guys are just all... Death Shadow and Legacy, yep.
Yep. You're gonna test Grixis Mill.
You do get to play those cards.
Yep.
You get to recall and draw things, and you get to punish people for playing fetch lands. And they all play fetch lands.
They do.
So you just get to punish people. It's neat.
All right. They'll get shuffled up. Oh, we can watch them shuffle.
You may want to move Bomberman over a little bit there.
Good call. Good call.
There it is.
That way people can see it and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
Genius. Genius.
You're driving in Taiwan? I mean, that sounds pretty exotic. I drove here in Utah just a little while ago.
He's like, I'm driving, but I love Bomberman.
So you're going to get in an accident in Taiwan is what you're saying.
Oh, man. All right, well, just let us know in chat when you get in an accident. We'll alert the authorities. So
how are we going to do that?
we're not.
Oh, I didn't think so.
I was just trying to ease his mind.
Oh,
It didn't work. Thanks to you.
somebody was playing an APAC Mountain. That feels almost Taiwanese.
Mount Fuji.
It's closer than...
It is closer than most places.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. All right, let's see what's going on here.
On the black sleeves is Death Shadow.
Yes,
On the orange sleeves is Bomberman. This is Esper Bomberman,
it is.
which is different than the other variations of non-Esper Bomberman.
Right. All the variations of Bomberman that people totally understand and know and love.
Uh-huh. Yep. The Man of Steel deck thing, or Steel Stompy as they recently called it. Yes, we actually have a copy of that being played here today. And I'm not sure how well he's doing so far, as this is round 2. Hey, we got to see what's happening in Bomberman's hand. He's got Cavern of Souls, Spy Bomb. That's a Walking Ballista, the thing that wins the game.
Mhm.
A Engineered Explosives,
Yes.
the Masterpiece variety. A card that has been altered beyond all recognition.
Ariak Salvager.
And a Swords to Plowshares.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Salvengers plus cards that allow you to bomb the man.
Yes.
Is that how we call these things? We'll pull that up for you guys.
Ariak Salvagers.
If you played in the first Modern Masters and you did some sealed or some drafts or something, this was a card. Yeah, he's got all the things that he wants to do, and a cavern to protect it too. Yeah. That's pretty neat. You think it's a worse deck than Eldrazi? Okay.
Okay.
I'm not sure. It probably is. But it has some game that Eldrazi decks can stop Eldrazi.
So the combo here for Mr. TRZ here is you want to use Ariak Salvagers to get back Lion's Eye Diamond.
Because you're a jerk.
So it goes infinite with Lion's Eye Diamond, right? And then you just need a Walking Ballista in your graveyard, so you will, play your Lion's Eye Diamond, crack it for 3 mana, or 3 white mana, use 2 of it
Yeah.
to get it back. So you're netting 1 mana each time you're doing this loop.
It's amazingly faster in paper than online.
Yes.
There's a near infinite number of clicks online because
Yes.
you only net 1 mana for all of the clicks each time. And in paper, you just get to say, "I'll do this a lot."
Yep.
And yeah.
Yeah. So then you'll have a walking ballista somewhere, either in your hand or in your graveyard, and you can return it with REX Salvager, and then cast it for infinite, essentially.
So we could be
opponent.
in a spot here where John might not know exactly the way this works. Like the cards are everything except the LED is right there.
Mm-hmm.
So the card he wants to take here is Salvagers, right?
Yeah, but it depends. It depends on how much he knows this deck. For instance, he's on Death Shadow. Like maybe he wants to take engineered explosives, or just a removal spell, right? Because he's going to try to play a creature and he wants it to go far.
And he might have a nice removal spell for the Salvagers.
Yes.
It's hard to not go to time and paper because players don't know what's going on, and you have to explain it.
Yeah.
Spell bomb. This is the one where when you blow it up, you get to remove their graveyard, right?
Yes,
just theirs.
And then you can pay a black to draw a card.
Neat.
Much neatness.
And what is the Esper side of Esper Bomberman?
Most Bomberman decks tend to be black-white, but Esper is giving you access to Trinket Mage, as well as some counter magic to protect.
And we've seen Brian successfully win by attacking with Trinket Mages.
Yes, we have. It was like triple Trinket Mage beatdown plan, I guess, was where Brian decided it needed to be.
Here's a Death Shadow. He is a 2/2. John's already down to 11 life, even though Bomberman has done no damage. And Engineered Explosives, you have to tap the Tundra for Engineered Explosives.
That you do.
To get that 1. Yeah. Force of Will and Cantrips. Yeah, the blue cards in Legacy.
Yep. But like the key named ones are.
All right, here's an attack for 2. He says no blocks.
It's like, yep, just fine with that.
What else you got, Death Shadow? Nothing. All right, John's at 11. What are we calling Bomberman? TRZ? TRZ.
Or Ters, or Trace. Okay. He has like a million names. Don't worry about it.
I'm confused already.
It's just TRZ.
He's at 17?
Yeah, 17. Looks like he's using his own D20. That's not ours. The things we see around here. And the cracked Nihil Spell Bomb.
Right. Sequencing here.
Yeah. Not sure why that didn't get killed, or exiled, I should say. So here's the Salvagers.
He cracked the spell bomb first before the.
Yes.
Otherwise, he would have just lost it. Salvagers, ready to do some salvaging.
Yep. So this is pretty powerful. He can continue to Nihil Spellbomb every turn for 2 mana. Now, we know that Death Shadow is a deck that likes to play Gurmag Angler. Not only that, but it probably has Snapcasters in it as well. Being able to have Nihil Spellbomb all the time is very powerful, and this is not a card that is or that can be fatal pushed. Or not fatal pushed, sorry. Abrupt Decade. If you revolt, then you can fatal push it.
Alright. Going down to 8 off of this Fetch Shock. Just like we always do in Modern. I mean, wait, this is like 8. Yeah, he might not have a removal spell here. He wants one. Gurmag Angler is too expensive right now. Buy a card or 2. He has a Hymda Turok. That's fine.
Yep, he just throws his hand in the graveyard and says, "Yep."
Having the backup Salvagers would have been nice, right? Salvagers? Is that what they are?
Salvager.
Salvagers?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
So all Trace needs from this point is an LED.
Yeah.
Nick Major, thank you for the follow.
Well done, Nick. You made the right decision.
You did.
There was a button. He clicked it.
Mm-hmm.
Which probably needs a little rest after that.
Pay 2.
Engineered explosives on 1.
Are you returning it to your hand or play? I don't think it works that way.
From graveyard to your hand?
Oh, hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does go to hand.
Yeah.
I was wrong. Yep, gets to play that on 1. Gets to deal with this Deathrite Shaman nice and easy. Who is TRZ? He's actually my roommate. One of my closest friends.
You probably know him, Travis.
You probably do.
Digging for the LED. Finds a land. Finds a fetch land. Gets to bury some of those cards that he just put away. There's a Plains with a Groot on it.
With the Groot.
It's a Groot Plains.
It is a Groot Plains.
It's not a Great Plains. It's a Groot Plains. I think I like getting the Spellbomb back here and getting rid of that graveyard. But okay. You top 8'd with Black-White Bomberman.
That's awesome. Yeah, this deck is much, much less focused. I think he only plays with 2 Ariok Salvagers, 1 LED, and then like I think 4 Ballista actually. But the reason it can do that is because of Trinket Mage.
What Bolo didn't tell you though is that there was only 8 players in the tournament. So.
Oh, that makes sense.
Here's a Trinket Mage.
Here it is. Here's Trinket Mage.
Do you have a response? You want to counter the Trinket Mage, not the Lion's Eye Diamond.
Correct. So Trace is about to demonstrate the loop here. If there's a removal spell at any point, then it'll stop this.
Interesting note, Revolt. Something has to leave your battlefield, not the battlefield in general. Yes. I tried that out once. I said, hey, you had a fetch line crack. I'm going to use the Revolt side of Fatal Push. It doesn't work.
Yep, so he discards a Ballista and a Fatal Push to LED, getting 3 white mana. So he's demonstrating the loop.
Don't you love that motion right there? That's the
graveyard play, graveyard play, graveyard play, graveyard play, play Ballista for a lot. Kill you?
It's that back and forth motion.
Well, look at that.
It's not a loop motion like a figure 8. It's a back and forth motion. If you ever wanted to know what a loop looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we got to see Bomberman do what it does.
We did.
That was neat.
We sure did.
I mean, John had one piece of interaction the entire game in the form of a Thoughtseize, and I think he mistakenly took
the wrong card.
The engineered explosives.
No, he didn't take engineered explosives.
Oh, he took a path. Swords of
Plashers.
Swords of Plashers.
He took swords.
I think that was a mistake, but
all right. Looks like things are getting packed up here. Noah seemed to be in the driver's seat there.
Swords of Plashers is a pretty strong card against Grixis or Death Shadow, in that if you play a Death Shadow and you give them life, it can just kill the Death Shadow as well, right? If you bounce them up above 13 life. So,
all right, so we're in the shuffle cam phase.
That's all I ever wanted. Now you can go back to driving in Taiwan.
Yeah. Now you...
Are you just like driving aimlessly in Taiwan? Is there a destination?
Is there, Brian? Is there?
Isn't it like 4 a.m. right now? Didn't we decide that?
I can't remember.
He's like, I can't sleep. I'm gonna go drive and watch the stream. Why is it called Bomberman?
I don't actually know the answer. Brian's too rich for
He's
that.
being driven
He's
around.
being driven around. Oh, okay. By his chauffeur.
I let other people borrow my decks and win with them.
Yep. That is true.
Well, we saw a win.
Yep.
We're not sure if he won his first match.
Oh, he's in Taizong.
You know, that's where he's driving to.
Oh, to Taizong.
Yeah.
It's 11 a.m.
11 a.m.? I don't believe you. Because it has spell bombs. That was the old win condition, was using pyrite spell bombs. So it's a bomb, which is Bomberman.
This deck does have the blue spell bomb and the black spell bomb in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it has Aether spell bomb to draw your deck essentially, which
so it still has bombs.
It does.
And if you fail, then it's a dud, right?
Paragon Cities in Taiwan? Definitely not. Definitely not. We are in the United States. We are in Draper, Utah.
JBA 734 is in Taiwan.
Is in Taiwan. Yep.
For some unknown reason, because he's driving.
Because he's driving.
Sometimes when you want to go for a drive, you do it in Taiwan.
You do it in Taiwan, and you go to Taizong.
I can't say I've ever done that.
Me neither. I've driven in China before.
Whoa.
But not in Taiwan.
Huh. I've driven someplace to get some Chinese food.
Interesting.
Does that count?
Kinda.
Yeah.
And Lunar New Year. Oh, that'd be so cool.
Our English is great. It's kind of got like a Western U.S. accent thing going on.
A little bit, yeah. I can see why somebody would say that.
But wait, scroll up just a little bit. Who asked where we are?
Mina Friend?
Mina Friend. Has Mina Friend been in our chat before?
No, not that I know of.
Welcome to our not Taiwanese chat.
Do we want to come to California and hang out? I would love to. If there was a GP in California, then I would totally go to it. Although I was just barely in Santa Clara.
Yeah.
And now I'm not.
So the next big GP is it Seattle?
On the West Coast, it is not. It's Phoenix.
Oh.
Phoenix for us is end of March, and then we've got two weeks later at Seattle.
What is Phoenix?
Modern. Hey, Dragonite's back. Alright, we got a Thoughtseize. We see a Brainstorm, Force of Will, a Plains, a Ponder, an Academy Ruins, a Thoughtseize, and a basic island.
He got the Great Groot Plains and the Groot Storm in the same opening hand. That feels like you don't even need to look at the rest of your hand. You're just winning. He's channeling the Chris Rush altar.
Riley Cold, the only packages we haven't shipped yet are the international ones, and I've been working with our manager on it. Tomorrow they will be sent out tomorrow. You will be getting a message from me. They will go out tomorrow, 100%.
And Mina Friend, yes, some of us for sure will be in Seattle.
Yes, I will be in Seattle, 100%.
I think Brian, I might be.
You might be?
Yeah, maybe.
Bryce.
I know.
It's Seattle. It's Legacy.
It might work. I'm being honest in my unknownableness about this.
I don't like it.
We will be in Seattle and Phoenix. Whoa.
I hadn't been told if I was going to Phoenix or not, so now that I know, I'm pretty excited.
What kind of foreign cards do we have here? As in stock, there was a foreign Infernal Tutor, right? A German one.
We've had some interesting things, but what do we play? We play just about everything. Mostly Magic.
I've been on various versions of Delver. Brian plays Food Chain primarily. He might play
I love it. Travis gets in the chat and he's like, what foreign stuff do you want? Travis is one of the owners here. And
yeah.
He knows people and things.
Yep.
He can get the cards you need.
If you want to supply us a list of cards you actually want that are foreign, you just give us the language that you'd like, and I think that can happen.
I'm sure it can. Yeah, we do have a little bit of Food Chain in the room. That is true.
Future Sight German Foil Grove of the Burnwells.
Whoa.
That's a possibility. Yes, these altars that TRZ is playing with were done by Chris Rush, so I don't think you're going to be able to find any of those, or at least have them made. I know a guy that does some altars, though, if you're interested. Yeah.
He's pretty good.
I'll show off a new one I just finished here in when this round ends, if we've got a little while.
We definitely will. I always like the altars segment of our Tuesday tournaments.
So a little bit different action here. We've got no white on TRZ's side of the battlefield. Even if he had a salvagers, he wouldn't be able to play it.
Yeah, his position's not looking great. We'll see if you can get something going here. You have a brainstorm, or as Brian calls it, his Groot storm.
Groot storm.
Mm-hmm. I just don't even know what it'd be like to have something signed by Chris Rush.
I have a lightning bolt.
Do you?
That's a beta one.
That's awesome.
It came from Travis.
It came from Travis.
I have Travis's beta lightning bolt.
I think we mentioned something about Travis being good at finding things. Yeah.
So I have 3 lonely beta lightning bolts that don't have signatures on them, and then one Chris Rush. A Lotus signed by Rush, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Pizza place? The pie? Oh man, the pie is so good. Travis, we need to go to the pie.
This is a little slower pace of play here for game 2 as they're trying to figure out lines. We've had entire discussions on German foils and the relevancy of Groot in Magic.
Yeah,
we're still on turn 3.
Island Delver, we definitely have some signed cards. Not like, I wouldn't say like a ton, but we have some.
All right, turn 4. Are the signed cards on the website?
Definitely not. No, we only have them in store. Unfortunately, Island Delver. All of our cards get sold on TCG, and TCG doesn't support the whole signed dealio.
Yeah, some of the foreign cards are on the TCG page.
Yes.
Pithing Needle probably would name Walking Ballista. It could, I guess, also name Salvagers. We don't actually know what it named. Tringamage. Doing some trinketing.
Yeah, this is the first thing that we've actually seen from Trace that's like, hey, I'm going to try to move towards doing something in this game. We haven't seen him do much.
Sometimes you want a one of those bracelets with little what do you call it? Trinkets? You get them from a trinket mage.
Have you guys ever been to Dragon, Utah?
Because of Cavern of Souls? Yes, that's the thing.
Is that a? I don't know.
I've
Is that a
never
city?
heard of Dragon, Utah.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
And I think I've been to most of the places in Utah.
Most places, yes. I've lived in South Utah. I've lived in North Utah. I've even lived out by Vernal.
Bryce Canyon, Zion National Park, Bear Lake.
Yeah. Moab.
All of the different areas. I've never seen a dragon, Utah. We've got a place called Hurricane, Utah.
Hurricane.
That's actually how it's said.
It's spelled the same way as hurricane, but
Yeah.
you say it hurricane because reasons. I really don't know.
Because it's in the more rural part of the state.
I've
been there.
Yeah.
No dragons.
No dragons.
It's almost all the way to the east.
So it is out by Vernal then.
Huh. Okay. Like in the Uinta Mountains east?
Yeah.
Or haha! Trinket Mage beatdown.
I'm curious. Oh man,
Those lands.
you were not kidding.
There's a place called Dragon, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's way out.
Population 2.
Oh,
The
it's
dragon ate them all.
It's like way south of Vernal. Yeah, I have never been out. I didn't even know like there were things out here.
Yes. Draper is a suburb of Salt Lake.
Yeah.
Really, we're in Salt Lake, right? Like the Salt Lake Valley. Yeah. Draper's just a little bit more accurate for people that are actually from around here.
Mm-hmm. We're about, what, 15, 20 minutes south?
From Salt Lake City, downtown Salt Lake. Hey, look! Altars!
Yes.
Somebody was asking about those.
Bricefelt altars.
You can click on that link and check some out. But where is Utah? Okay.
Now that is a question I don't know.
Yeah. It's where Dragon is, apparently.
It's where Dragon is.
Okay, so everyone knows where Las Vegas is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And most people know where Denver, Colorado is.
Yes.
It's in between those two places.
It is.
So technically we're in the western U.S. We're about 10 hours away from Disneyland, 6 hours from Las Vegas. And there was the 2002 Olympics, Winter Olympics were right here. Mm-hmm. Do you guys know the one guy I know from Utah?
No, definitely not. What's a Las Vegas? I don't know, but you can go there in, what is it, June?
You can find things.
There's going to be GP in June in Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's where all the Modern Masters GPs were.
Yep. It's our most local GP place since Utah hasn't gotten one for years.
Yes. Pithing Needle is also dead. That was the whole point.
Mm-hmm.
Killed the things. Killed the needle.
Yeah.
Don't you feel like we've already seen this?
Kind of.
I mean, it's playing out very differently, and yet I feel like the result is going to be about the exact same.
You have some friends in Oregon, and we're from the Northwest.
Not really the Northwest. No.
No, we're not really in the Northwest. Midwest.
We're in the middle of the country. Yeah, 14-hour drive. Hey, we're going to have some more 1Ks that we will obviously announce, Sir Lawn Gnome, and 14 hours is not that long to go for a 1K.
It really isn't, especially when you can fly. I'm sure Brian's got a decent idea of when he wants the next 1K to be. Probably not too long from now, honestly.
Mark has a YouTube thing, and we should check it out, huh? Okay.
And play the YouTube video on stream. Definitely not on stream.
Is it magic related? Oh, that's an edict.
Yeah, he's just gonna let Walking Ballista die.
What?
This is an easy decision to make.
You're gonna sacrifice the thing that you can easily get back?
Yeah, I think that's the thing that you do.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
30-hour drive.
30-hour drive.
Instead, you just hang out here and chat and live vicariously through us. I'm not playing Magic right now.
That's true. Me neither.
And we're all doing this together. Definitely not Magic. Okay. Okay. Check it out another time.
Oh, geez. Okay. There we go. Utaxian Probe sees a Trinket Mage.
Yeah.
So, Trinket Mage getting LAD ends the game. I'm not sure what John has in hand now. He's got, what, 2 cards? Does he have a Thoughtseize?
Yes, Admiral. I think a lot of players now watch more Magic on stream than they do play Magic.
Yeah, I think so. I think Magic is a great game to play, and not only that, but I actually think that it's quite great to watch. You learn a lot. You learn a lot by watching.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of variety.
Yeah.
Hey, look, here's 2 cards that don't matter at all. Death Shadow, Baleful Strix. 26 hours.
6 hour flight. 6 hour flight's not bad. That's easy. I could sleep that long. Easily.
Sir Londom, have you been in our chat before?
No, I think he has.
I don't remember Sir Londom.
You blame the baby girl fussing on your lap. I'm sorry about that.
That's pretty awesome. You get to watch Magic while having quality
family time.
Family time, yeah.
Good point.
That's neat.
I've never done that before. Oh wait, no, I haven't. My brother plays Magic with me, so. But he doesn't fuss on my lap.
You're like 20-year-old brother.
He's like 24.
The final moments of in Pro Tour Honolulu, where who won Pro Tour Honolulu? That was the Lightning Helix moment. Okay, yeah. I remember it correctly. All the legacy. Perfect. That's what we're trying to do for you.
Yeah, thanks, Sir Londome.
I mean, here you're seeing Bomberman. You did not expect to see Bomberman win a match in Legacy today.
Not only that, but Bomberman's winning.
Well, it's against Death Shadow. Oh, here's an answer.
Yeah.
Oh, he's getting okay.
Engineered explosives.
So engineered explosives takes out would take out the Death Shadow, right? And the Death Shadow right now is a what? A 7/7.
Scavenging Boost. Thanks for the follow.
And TRZ's at 8. So
yes.
This is a line. I think it's the incorrect one though. We'll see. Okay, so the other choice would be to take the Walking Ballista.
The Walking Ballista is the one that you want to take. Now, if he has like a Snapcaster for it, no, it's still in his graveyard. It could have been taken. Engineered Explosives, really? He only has 1 card left in hand. Doesn't Trace just get to win right now?
Well, he might have to block.
That's okay, Dragonite. We don't always make the purchases that, we're happy about. It's okay.
Oh, he doesn't get a block because they're summoning sync. I think it's a fetch line that didn't hit the bin. Okay.
This is like a Life Mist, or...
Yeah, well, he saw the combo play out last game.
The combo played out the exact same way last game.
So he knows the critical pieces here. I mean, he brought in Surgical Extraction, right? I guess Engineered Explosives kind of wrecked him last game. And if you're going to want to win with creatures... Alright, here's the loop. Infinite Menace. Get back Walking Ballista. Show you that maybe you made the wrong choice.
Maybe. And that'll do it. Or at least it looks that way. Well, there you go. Bomberman picks this one up 2-0. And tell them not to do that. The moment when somebody knocks on the door to the podcast studio asking for a judge call. Like neither Bryce and I are qualified judges. Oh, fantastic. All right, we'll see if there's any more Magic to be played on this table. There might be, there might not be. With mana open, he couldn't Surgical LED. No, because it's all Yeah, because it's always changing zones, right? And you can always respond by getting it to change a zone. Yeah, I think you can avoid it from getting surgical. What happened? I'm not sure. I'm sure Bryce will come back and let us know. But we saw Bomberman win on camera. That's a thing. That's a thing that happened. It looks like they've packed things up here. So let me get Bryce's altar page set up for you guys, because I know that he wants to talk about those, and I'm always a fan of seeing them. So let me give you guys the link here so you guys can take a look. So the gentleman sitting next to me, his name is Bryce Felt. He does altars for cards. He has the link that I just sent you is his Facebook page. Ta-da! Probably wanted to talk about this Tendrils of Agony. Oh, Riley Cole, you wanted to know actually what? Okay. Are you asking about the combo for Bomberman? I've got them pulled up on your page when you're ready. So Bomberman, you use Ariok Salvagers. It has an ability that can return an artifact from your graveyard to your hand for 1 and a white. And it has to be a 0 cost or 1 cost artifact. And then... Okay. Oh no,
hey,
you were
look.
just wondering what happened.
Altars.
Okay, altars.
Yeah, here's the Tendrils that you guys probably haven't seen before. This is for the Legacy Storm deck. Are we? Okay. So let's see. For the Legacy Storm deck, I've done quite a few cards. This is for somebody that's in our chat. Saw some of the altars I've done, and he's having me slowly alter out every card in tests. Cool, right? Which is kind of fun. So they're all kind of on a theme here. And if I click on photos, here's the lotus petals he's got done recently.
You're on posts, not photos.
Oh, I did posts. It works.
Oh, well.
So you can go on here and check them out if you want and follow along. I've got somebody else, a buddy of his, so they're in South Carolina, which is kind of fun, sending cards from Utah to South Carolina, who's doing some cards for Charbelcher. So I've got some LEDs on their way that are going to turn out pretty awesome.
You have them designed out?
Yeah.
Ready to go?
Done the design. So, I mean, if you guys are interested in something like this, there's some very different stuff that I do as well. But I'd be happy to especially do legacy cards for people in chat. And I try and make the prices affordable-ish.
As far as commission can be.
Yeah. If I'm doing 4 at a time like this, something along these lines, they're a little faster than if I'm doing 1 at a time. So I can, whereas some altruists would doing 4 of 1 card is just ridiculous to them. But let's see some other. Oh yeah, this one's kind of fun. I've got some more here.
Oh, we get to see the other ones?
Yeah.
Excellent. Bulla4 wants to know what medium you use.
So I do a couple different things. Let's show you guys these. This was a proof of concept to do a masterpiece. And I've got I'll take it out of the sleeve to see if this comes through.
Yeah, that's like a real one. The one that he had shown on there was to test.
I'll let you hold that. So this is an Immortal Sun, new card. And this is what it could look like if it was airbrushed with a new masterpiece. So this one's airbrush. I was able to create a stencil digitally and painstakingly get it made and then airbrush multiple layers here. Can I recreate old artifact borders on new artifact cards? I don't think so. I don't think that would be something I'd be able to do with the things I've been doing. Yeah, it turned out really cool. Here's some cards for Lantern. that was the idea initially. Actually, somebody asked me if I could masterpiece out lantern for them, and I thought that the silver looked really good with some foils.
Yeah, so you just take the foils and kind of masterpiece them out.
Yeah. So somebody asked what other mediums I use. So obviously airbrush, and then acrylic paint, and I've been using some paint pens as well. And then of course there's some fine tip markers as well in there. Let's see if there's anything else.
Got a good 10 more minutes to
go. Brian has these Deathrite Shamans. Those don't turn out as well as this one.
The video shows it really, really well. But
so here's
there you go.
These are in Brian's food chain deck, and they look really cool. This is something that I haven't seen a lot of altarists using an airbrush to get an effect like this. It's subtle, and it's pretty simple for me to do. These are more affordable than other altars, and yet it's a really cool effect. It really focuses your eye right to wherever you want it to be, and it's neat with a foil. There's a video on the page that you can kind of see what that actually looks like. Anyway, it's been fun. It's kind of started out as just like a little side hobby, but there's been enough people that have liked it, and it's working out. So right now I've got a couple weeks out, but if you guys are interested in doing one, how much is that one? What was that one, Riley? I'm not sure where we were. Were we on a masterpiece? The masterpieces are.
Let me give you my money.
Depends on how many I do for you, but if I do one, it's maybe $40, and if I do, the more I do, the lower price I'll go down. So like, because it's a little faster to do like 4 at a time. So if you're doing 4 or more, $35 each, and if you're doing a whole bunch, I could go as low as 30 each.
Riley wants the Immortal Sun.
Yeah, so the Immortal Sun, it's a foil Immortal Sun, so I just tack that onto the price of the card, right? Normally I would just have you send me your foils. And so it's what the Immortal Sun's like 25. What about an entire 75 card deck? I'd be right in that 30 per card range. It doesn't get that much faster. I wish I could bring it down cheaper than that, but it still takes quite a while.
I had a Batasai jump in chat this morning, and he's like, "Oh man, like my card's on its way. I'm so excited. I'm excited to see the altar that I had commissioned."
He's got some Deathrites and now some Ponders on his way.
Yeah.
Nobody touches your foil 7th edition bridges. Yeah.
I agree. It is a decent price.
Yeah. I've purposely tried to do it at a point where it's in line with what other altar people are doing. There's some altarists who are charging way more than that, but their things are masterpieces. Each one is like something you would frame, right? Because they're doing a incredible piece of art on a very small canvas. Whereas these, I'm purposely trying to do something that is still tournament playable, because I'm using the art in a way that it is still recognizable, or at least I hope it's recognizable. You can't guarantee ever that an altar is tournament playable, but that's what I've been trying to do for those legacy cards. I'll show you guys one more. This one's something that was fun to do. This is a Baleful Strix, and it's a foil. I actually don't think I have a video of this one. So I actually removed the ink on this one around the border, and then went over it. And this is there's another altar named Rocky Altars that I kind of took their style and tried to see if I could pull this off. And this turns out really neat, because the whole card is foil, and it feels really good. And of course this is really zoomed in, but when you're holding the actual card, it looks even better than this.
Boboros wants to see the Ponders.
Oh, the Ponders are. You can see them here,
as well as some Burning Wishes.
Yeah. So you can see that this whole deck kind of has this theme of circles, and so what I've done is I do each one of these cards digitally first, and I send him a mock-up and kind of say, hey, what do you think? This is my idea for the art. What do you think? And he's been really awesome, kind of letting me figure that out. And usually he's like, yeah, that one's awesome. Or if I have a couple ideas, I'll send a couple ideas. and that way we can kind of tweak it. So it pretty much is a borderless. I use swabs with acetone to take off. And it's fun to work with foils. You're seeing a lot more foil alters now than there used to be. You can kind of see, here's some other, these are lands I did for Kyre here. I just tried to mess around with a bunch of different things.
Yeah, the plains is crazy. Like I've definitely said this before, but my favorite part about these basic lands that Bryce did for me is that you just use black ink, right?
Yeah. These lands are airbrush, and it's only black ink, black airbrush, and then I've selectively removed paint afterwards to get the effect.
So all of the color in all of these, like except for these lanterns, for the lanterns that are hanging from these trees, is actually the original color behind the ink. That's not the color that you added to it, right?
Not that one. Right. Oh, yeah. There's only a few there. Here's something that's much more in the realm for a commander player, where you can really mess around with the card, and it doesn't matter how recognizable it is. I've been doing some of those from somebody here. And just trying to do a variety of different things. So even if you have an idea of something and it's not quite like what you see here, we could discuss it.
Yeah, we've done a couple giveaways too. This young pyromancer we gave away during our 24-hour stream, and then we also gave away that white border counter spell. Some people in our chat might even have those right now.
Yeah.
I think it's Evilbeard and Zunder for Life, I believe, are the guys who have those sweet altars.
Yeah, I'm running out of time to do new things. I've got ideas for other. Hey, this has never been done before. But right now I'm so busy doing altars, I don't have any time to try them out. All my free time is taken up with that. Have I ever done a Dark Depths? I haven't, but if you're interested in doing one,
it drools.
I'd be happy to mock one up for you and make it happen.
Yeah, if you want to get in touch with him, you can always just message him on his Facebook page. Let me just link that to him one more time.
Sure. Yep, you can
link that to you guys one more time if you'd like to get in touch with him.
There's a big message me button on there.
Mm-hmm.
It's been pretty cool to. I don't know. I feel like this is a little different where instead of just doing altars for random people, it's fun to do it for people that are in chat and that are actually. Check out Claire Bar Studios later. He's retired, but his stuff is there because his altars are sweet. Jorgensen, the cost. I don't know if the cost is worth it for you, but we could discuss. That's awesome.
I wish Jorgensen's entrance was that beautiful every single time.
I haven't heard of Claire Bar Studios.
So Jorgensen, now that you're actually in chat, I was gonna mention, Brian mentioned earlier in the stream that we will be for sure going to Phoenix. Just saying. You have not seen The Last of Us.
Uh-oh. Whoa.
What now?
Jurlo, I've seen there is an altarist out there who uses, we were talking about this earlier, who uses a foil peel on a non-foil, and his stuff is amazing, but it also to me looks super tedious, and I haven't even touched doing foil peels. The masterpieces that I showed you guys, these guys, I did one on a monolith, a basalt monolith, and it turned out really well. I use a metallic paint, so it's not a full foil, but it does shimmer in light,
yeah,
in kind of a foil way, and it turned out really well.
And basalt monoliths definitely aren't foil. There is no foil version of basalt monolith.
Yeah, Big Up does it, and then there's another. I believe there's one other person done. They look gorgeous, but they kind of have the text box bursting out, so they're kind of a combination of a foil peel and a what do they call it? Distressed altar.
Is that where you actually like take pieces of the card like off
Yeah,
the card, and
yeah.
then you can like shift them and like
Right.
pretty much paste them wherever you want?
Exactly.
I've
So
seen,
he takes a foil border, cuts it out meticulously, puts it on, and then also trims out so that the name.
I've seen those. They are amazing.
Yeah,
they are amazing.
they're neat. But that's not really what I've been doing. I would be starting fresh if I tried to do something like that.
Bryce likes to keep the original art intact, trying to keep them. You know, you're trying to keep complement the art that's there.
Yeah, it's fun to go. There's a Tinderwall. That one was a trip. Tinderwall. If you look at the original art on Tinderwall, I looked at that and went, what do I do with this? And I feel pretty good about the way it turned out.
All right, looks like we're waiting on a couple. Oh, you want to show the Tinderwall?
Let's look at Tinderwall.
Yeah, we're waiting on a couple more matches here, so
this is more
give you guys a
alter imagery for you guys to. This was neat. I did a digital version of it and went, this is what I'm going to try to do.
Yeah.
And the person who was commissioning it said, "Sweet, yes, I want that." I was like, hold on, I don't know if I can do that. But this got pretty close. I feel pretty good about it.
And then you also did what was it, Elvish Spirit Guide?
Yeah, there's the spirit guides that are kind of in a similar,
the
same person, yeah,
same person. That's so they kind of have like a similar feel to them, right?
Yeah. And then this is the person I'm doing Lion's Eye Diamonds for, so I'm like, each time I'm stepping it up harder and harder on myself.
That's awesome. All right, just waiting for those matches to go up. Round 3 should start up pretty darn soon.
Yeah. I say I try to make them tourney legal in that I'm trying to follow the rules, but I always am very clear that it's up to the judge.
Yeah,
the head judge.
You always need to get them checked with the judge.
Yeah.
Usually they'll like as long as there's not like a noticeable thickness to the card. Usually they're okay with it. But
yeah, and some of those, like even those walls, the wall of wood there, it's getting pretty out there, distracting in the art. Sure, the original art is still there, but barely. And I don't know if they'd be tournament legal or not. It depends on the head judge, for sure. That's the true of any altar, though. It could be a really simple border extension, and a judge could be like, nope,
rather not.
So,
and we had a guy come in a little while back, and he brought in these altars for like basic lands, where they had like pretty much anime on them, and he's like, yeah, you know, you just deface a foil and then just put whatever you want on there, and we're going, yeah, but he's like, it's just a basic land, and I'm like,
not anymore. It's not.
That's just not even a mountain. Like, I understand that you think they're cool, but it looked awful. All of them looked terrible, and like, yeah, like they liked them. You know, they liked them,
but they're practically proxies at that point, right?
They looked like proxies.
If you wipe a card entirely,
yes,
yes,
it was a proxy. Yeah. It was awful.
Right.
I mean, you know, like they had them made and like they liked them. That's cool, but
yeah. And if you start getting into are they child appropriate or even other people appropriate, right?
Yeah, some of them weren't.
That's not right.
Some of them were probably not children appropriate.
Yeah. So all of these altars that I've been doing for these legacy decks, I'm obviously leaving the text very readable and the text box open, and then the art itself is still semi recognizable. Those are kind of the rules that I'm trying to play within, but there's some stuff on there. I did a Lingering Souls that was a total complete redo.
Yeah, the way you play. Yeah, exactly, Admiral Nobeard. It was not appealing. Like if I had those in my, if I had found those in like some magic card box that I was given or something, I would have thrown them away. I wouldn't have even kept them.
So the time is obviously ended. We should be pretty close to round 3 here.
Yeah.
You played with a guy who had naked women. There you go. That works too. I guess. Yeah, if it doesn't bother you, I guess whatever. But I remember way back when at a GP, I believe it was a GP here. No, it was a before there was like PPTQs and RPTQs. It was a tournament, and somebody was purposefully playing with tokens meant to distract. You know, and this was back when Magic was, everybody that was playing Magic was like a teenager. And so even then people were doing it. I think you'd have a lot harder time getting away with that here, instead of just a judge saying, you might have a store owner just be like, no, get that out of my store. I've had people represent their tokens with like figurines. Yeah, they bring out like their Warhammer stuff, and they're like, that's all right as long as you're playing super casually. It wasn't too bad. Like, it was FNM, so like I was like okay with it, but I don't think that would fly at a GP either. You've had Nicolas Cage insect tokens. That's probably as close. See, I don't even know if I could play with that. like as out there as I can get is like the Arcade Post tokens that have like Pokemon on them. Those are just fantastic. That's as out there as I can get. Oh, you found some thorns. Are you still on short? They're Nate's. Oh, Nate's. All right. Yeah, right. I kind of agree with you, Jay, that some of the cards that they've made legal should not be legal. But at least those are cards that people have seen. What are you referencing to, Jorgensen? Nicolas Cage tokens. Yeah. I assume. I couldn't use them. I support your decision. I couldn't use them. Where a kid would slam down cards after a shuffle to break the sleeves. That's ridiculous. You just call a judge over at that point. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, the Cage tokens. Okay. I've even had a hard time with the Arcade Post tokens. I think they're cool, and then like once I'm playing with them, I'm like, no. Yeah. Whereas like I love the Cast and Cantrip tokens. I like the simplicity. Yeah. They're clean and clear, and yep. And there's no like side fandoms, you know. Yep. So I actually really love them. So it's been neat to do alters and do a variety of different things, especially for people that I get to actually, you know, the fact that they were in here in chat saying, sweet, I'm excited to get them. It makes it way more fun to do. Yeah, Admiral Nobeard, this is probably in the day and age when like Ultra Pro sleeves were everywhere. Everything broke those sleeves. Oh my goodness. You like look at them funny and they just split right down the middle. All right. Hopefully we have another round. Hopefully. Wouldn't that be nice? They couldn't find a judge. That's what that door knock was about. Yeah, I heard them say that. That was funny. Did you help them with their judge call? Yeah. Favorite decks throughout the years. For quite a while, I was playing Jund in Modern, back when Jund was a deck in Modern, and that was fun. I actually didn't know that you played that. Oh yeah, that has been my go-to deck for years. Yeah, I Standards and Moderns. Modern for a really long time. Legacy, there really wasn't much of a Legacy scene here in Utah until this store opened, actually, and so it's been really neat to have 20 players showing up every Tuesday and a good 15 to 20 every Friday night playing Legacy. It's really neat. Yeah, we've only been open for a little over a year now. Yeah, and yeah. So, and then in Legacy, I've been playing a kind of a natural progression from Jund and Modern into Sultai. Initially, it was Sultai, and then trying out Grixis and other Delver variants. It's the deck I've built other decks, but it's the one I keep wanting to play. Oh, here we go. We have some players. So Alec versus Robert, and careful. We've been streaming since about last March, getting close to a year. Close to a year. I've only been on the stream for about 6 months, so maybe half the time. The store's been open for a little bit over a year. We didn't really start streaming early, and it was a little rough. I mean, I remember when we were in the closet. Yeah, right. Like crammed into a small space. Back where we keep like all of our like shelves of cards, you know, that we're selling. Like we were like back in a corner when we first started streaming. And it was really hard not to be like, I wonder what's in this box. Yeah. Oh, look, cards. Where is that? Where we're going for, Admiral?
I didn't know.
I didn't know that's what we were doing.
I didn't even know that's what I wanted to be doing.
Twitch knows when you started. I see. I'm curious because you said that it started earlier than what I remember, and I wonder if we did like some trial startups or something like that where we weren't actually streaming Legacy at that point. Kyrie here works at the store, mostly just streaming now though.
Yeah.
And I just play here and come and talk about other people that are playing here. It's great fun.
Yeah. Originally, I was employed to do just the Tuesday and Friday night streams, or actually, it was just Tuesday. Actually, now that I think about it, and then I was working the counter and stuff, and then there was just a point where Brian was like, you know what, we like what you're doing for the store. We like the publicity that you're getting, and put me on Friday stream. Just put me in charge of it. And
Ingenuity. I do home design. I do architecture. It's a good time. I get to design things, and then in my free time, I design magic cards. No longer driving! Yay! You got to wherever you are.
All right, Brian. Well, now that you're no longer driving, we've got your food chain deck.
You get to critique every wrong play. Mm-hmm. Even if he makes the right plays, he's going to critique it.
Oh yeah, he will.
Look at that thing.
It just sounds like.
Look at that playmat. Like this is some playmats. The very first announced stream was 12/29. Yeah. See, I remember.
First Tuesday night was the last day of February.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that very first stream was like just a test or something. But.
All right. Let's.
Oh, you're not where you just switched drivers. This has been a playmat day. We have seen some excellent playmats.
Seriously.
Starting off with that Force of Will playmat. I'm jealous of that thing. That thing is gorgeous. And going into this flaming skull. Like a blue Hell Rider. Mm-hmm. Talking about Nicolas Cage.
Talon's Force of Will playmat is the first playmat I've seen somebody sit down and I'm like, ooh, I actually kind of want that one.
Jorgensen, you're not going to let it go.
It was deck testing, but not a test stream. Interesting.
I've done a very small amount of altered playmats. So if you're super interested in doing something like that, we could talk about it, but I haven't done a lot. I've done them for myself. I haven't done them for other people.
Well, Moslov, tell Mary that Otis is always a majestic pug loaf.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. All right. And then on our backup match, we have Ryan and Davis. Now, I've seen Davis on Sneak and Show more than anything else recently. Not sure what Ryan's on tonight. But let's I think Robert's on chain or not. Sorry, blade, like a 4-color blade deck.
Yeah, if I was going to be doing some playmats, they'd probably be pretty simple black sketches, not full color craziness.
I'd be interested in seeing you do a playmat though.
Yeah, did you ever see the San Diego Planeswalker ones? Oh, those ones turned out pretty cool. I just used from the original San Diego Black Planeswalkers. I used the relief, the negative space, and just did it in black. They looked pretty cool.
Awesome.
But it was on a white playmat, and they get dirty. So here I am playing with this cool, altered, really looking good, and then it starts getting dirtier and dirtier, and I never sealed it to keep it clean.
Yeah, Alex not seen very good hands here.
You'd get a hand painted taiga. That thing would be gorgeous.
Wow. That's only $400 for a hand painted.
Yeah, that's
mat.
Amazing.
That seems like a ridiculously good price.
Yep. Or a hand painted Underground Sea for $500. Wow.
Yeah, that's what I said, Jorgensen. I'm like, hand painted from Rob Alexander for 400. That actually is a pretty darn good price.
And now the artists can use those arts and make playmats themselves. Yep. That's kind of a year ago or so that they've been able to do that. Yeah, if you were playing with a hand painted, that's crazy.
It belongs in a museum for $400. Starts with a blank white playmat and just goes. Wow. All right, so finally, keeping our hand here. This is a polluted delta. He's going to find a tropical island, and then we're going to see a brainstorm.
You'll notice about this food chain deck, it is about as foiled as it can get.
About, yep.
Those are Mercadian Masks, pack foil brainstorms. They're a little out of my price range.
Yep, just a touch.
The Graveyard Order, shudder. Jorgensen always finding problems with magic, huh? We should check out Robert's deck. Okay, we've got Robert.
It's a new mix-up on what he just created. All right, yeah, we'll take a look.
We've got him live right now.
Maybe he's not on a blade deck then, huh? Maybe I need to. Let's check it out.
Deck called Brew. There's a Scalding Tarn from the Masters Edition one, the Eternal Masters, or whatever set that, Modern Masters. You can tell the ink is just a little different.
All right, so Sylvan Library here from Alec and Robert's just like, yeah, not having any of that. This is gonna get spell pierced. Brian, nice foiled deck there, Alec.
Yeah, the duels aren't even beta. They're not even 4 and black border.
Yeah, I don't really know what's up with the duels.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Now that I think about it, the deck's just ugly because of that.
This is what you like to see. This is what we do. This is every Tuesday and Friday night. We're going to show some live Paper Legacy, and then tomorrow morning and other days we'll be playing Legacy on Magic Online. It's
a mashup of his old deck. Okay, so it probably is Esper Deathblade.
Aren't there black bordered lands easily available where you are right now?
Yeah, seriously.
Aren't they just floating around?
Yeah.
You just go into a card store and they're like, these beta duels will just 50% off.
Nobody buys them.
That's a filthy plead thing to say.
Yeah.
All right. So far, we've seen a little bit of nothing. Then get Summer. Yeah. Or do what Caleb does and whiteboarder your Guru basics.
Oh, they're so pretty. I think they're so...
I think they look pretty good, too.
You think so, too? Yeah, I think they look so good.
I don't know if anybody can do it now. So, like, it's kind of his thing.
No, he wasn't the first one to get him done.
No, but he's the one who's shown them off on camera multiple times.
Well, sure, but other people have done it.
Boardifies to be up and running again to get white border perfect fits.
Yes.
White border perfect. You don't want to white border your cards. You just want white border boardifies.
Put white boardifies on your dual lands. That way, when people are like, "Are those white boardifies?" You're like, "Yeah, I wanted them to be white." That way, they're like, "Oh, are they actually like black?" Just trick them, you know. Just to trick them.
White bordered with ivory dragon shield. Yep. Get an eraser. Commit. Like it. Complete deck with Underground Seas and a Pithing Needle on the side. What? Oh, like, does he actually have a complete deck? I don't know. Did you give him an incomplete deck? Is that what the question is?
No, I think it's complete. It looked complete when I had it.
Hey, there's one of those Deathrite Shamans that I altered. We were talking about earlier. That'd be pretty interesting if he's playing with like 56 cards.
That would be funny. Bomberman was borrowing a few cards. I don't know.
There's a deck to borrow. Have fun. Oh, by the way, all your wins are negated.
I think it's fine.
This is where we take Legacy seriously, people.
Brian brings this up now.
It's close. It's close.
Oh my goodness. If it's really like that, I'm going to laugh so hard. Dr. Scrambles, thanks for the follow. This is why he keeps getting the basic swamp.
Because there's no urgencies.
That would be so funny.
He's playing with this all foiled out complete deck. Just assume. Has he ever played Food Chain before?
No.
Yeah.
Twice and I ignored you.
Hmm.
This may be something I need to address and try to help fix. We'll see. Unless he figured it, he may have figured that out before the tournament, Brian. We'll see.
Right? Mrs. Bravo pretty much says your deck can have 56 cards. I've been playing with Serum Powder in Modern, which is a great time. And that just throws the math all out of whack. Here's Leovold. Yeah, he would have probably fetched 10 on the ground C there.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Serum Powder. I was running if you look at Modern Nexus, there's a Jordan who plays Colorless Eldrazi. It's like an aggro version. So you're Serum Powdering into Eldrazi temples aggressively, which is fun, and it's pretty effective.
Yeah.
If you're
You're bad and you should feel bad.
I didn't give him the deck.
I definitely
Colorless Elves. Yep, it's kind of like Colorless Elves except no elves and more Eldrazi.
There were no like blank sleeves in it. I don't know.
You're bad and you should feel bad.
All right, Jitte's there.
Serum Powder is also fun with
equip.
The Eternal Scourge. It's neat because you can have 8 card opening hands that way. Oh, here's the solution. Just slip him some lands in between rounds.
I'll probably talk to him at the end of the round and see if that is a problem. Butt Chuggins, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that.
That Leovold is very shiny.
Yeah,
that's true. I have yet to find me one of those. You know what just happened?
I don't.
It's because it happened so abruptly. Yeah. He's gaining life with that. Okay. Doesn't want to give Alec any cards. There was only 2 counters, right? So he couldn't kill Leovold and draw 3 cards. Why are we making threats? I missed it, Admiral.
Threatening people?
Swords to Plowshares. Going to
draw a card there.
Give Alec a card.
The fact that Alex is up here though, I think he's undefeated.
It's easier to do when you only have 56 cards.
This is table 1.
It's really not his fault.
It's not. Well, I still don't know if this got fixed or not though. I'll talk to him after.
Oh, vocabulary harassment. That's fine. We accept that here. As long as it's done in good taste. He did draw off the Leo.
Yeah, he drew off Leo.
Man, those Scalding Tarns are just so faded. It's weird how the printing is that bad. Kind of irks me. Like if it didn't have the holofoil stamp, you just assume that it's a proxy. It's a fake. Only unlimited for me.
There's Arkansas, and then there's Kansas.
It's not Arkansas.
Arkansas.
That's great.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
I did the same little fun treatment on the Death Threat Shaman on a foil Gurmag angler there, Brian. They look pretty. They look really cool in person. Not so much on camera. Oh yeah. Because unlimited, the colors actually look good, and the revised ones are all faded. No, I don't. I'm used to that because that's when I started playing Magic. Was back with revised. It's that Scalding Tarn that just is not. The color looks wrong on that thing. Some of the modern Masters 17 cards were just printed badly. Sort of Fire Nice. Equipped on the true name. Mm-hmm. This is kind of difficult to deal with.
Alex is 2-0. Awesome. I still need to talk to him after the round.
Our Kansas. It's our Kansas. I like that. I don't know why anybody in Brazil would say Arkansas in any way, shape, or form. Like, is there? I don't say it very. I think we had a president from there, and so that's the only time I've ever mentioned that state to anyone ever.
Arkansas.
Oh yeah. I was talking about the fetch land, not the duel.
With an 80% win percentage, that is pretty darn good. So we got a Spell Pierce here on the
Arkansas is a global news generator, Bryce. I wasn't belittling them. I think I've driven through the state once and don't remember it. There's not much going on. There's some more vocabulary harassment right there. I like it, Jorgensen. Spell Pierce on Food Chain. That's rude, right? That kind of stops what Food Chain wants to do.
It is kind of mean.
Yeah. Ponder? A non-altered ponder?
Not even altered. I don't get it.
It's like a pack non-foil right there. So are we just going to cut this round from our stream entirely so that there's no video evidence of somebody playing with a non-legal deck?
I don't know. You don't actually know.
Utah is one step up. I beg to differ.
Have you ever been to Utah?
Yeah, Utah's actually a really amazing place.
It's gorgeous here. It's very pretty.
The fact that I live away from, like 30 minutes away from 3 of the most beautiful ski resorts in the world, maybe in the world.
Yeah.
If not the country. It's a pretty gorgeous place.
You live here and you don't think that? I've been like all over this. I've been all over this country. Utah is one of the most pretty places in my opinion.
And there's a huge variety of landscapes. Some of the movies that feature gorgeous desert scenes are here in Utah. Yeah,
we have the Salt Flats. We have the Red Rock in South Utah. Yep. It's amazing.
He doesn't like outdoors. That could be. That's fine.
Yeah, maybe.
No one goes over them. They just fly over them.
Yeah. I'll be back.
Here's a Food Chain. Food Chain number 2. Does he have another answer? He's got a Snapcaster Mage for Spell Pierce number 2. Answers that, picks up the game. All right, I'm going to show you guys. So Robert gets that one. He had the Spell Pierces at the right time. And we're going to look at our other table where we have Ryan with a is that a Coercive Portal? Is that what that card is? Off of some Grim Monoliths versus, so we have some Eldrazi versus Eldrazi happening here, guys. That's what's happening. I think we're correcting that now, Brian, somehow. Your general consensus on people not liking Utah anyway is if you don't like the outdoors, then you don't like Utah. Yeah, it's a pretty amazing place. We get that. There's kind of that general consensus that Utah is an amazing place to be. We have an NBA team here, right? And we have NBA players that obviously come live here because they get traded to or drafted or whatever. And often they get here and they go, "This is actually place is really amazing." I wasn't that excited when I heard about who drafted me, but then they get there and they're like, "This is actually a pretty incredible city."
We're talking about Moab?
Just Utah in general.
Oh, Utah in general. Okay. Wasteland Go just said Moab equals awesome. Moab is an amazing place.
Eldrazi better lose. I don't know. Is that Coercive Portal? Is that what that card is?
Yeah, Coercive Portal.
So he's getting to draw an extra card every turn, right?
Yes.
That's pretty much what's happening.
Pretty much. I've never seen both players name Carnage.
Okay. What would that? He'd get an extra turn.
Yeah. No. It destroys everything.
Oh. Yeah. There's a lot of really amazing. Moab, isn't that a military weapon? It's a city.
It's a city.
If you've ever seen anybody do any four-wheeling, like custom four-wheeling in a giant Jeep over Red Rock, that's probably happening in Moab, Utah. Yeah, well, there's off-roading and then there's Moab off-roading. It's kind of a different thing. All right, we got a Thought Knots here. Thinking the knots. Or not thinking. Or thoughts not. Wait.
See, Voltaic Key and an Oblivion Sower. Sower seems really, really good in this mirror match.
We're working the words today.
Cannot talk.
Yeah, and then between Bryce Canyon and Zion National Park.
Well, you have a canyon?
I do. They named it after me. Yep.
Bryce Canyon.
It's really a big canyon, too.
Jeez. You camped out there for a month? That's awesome.
There's a lot to do in Utah.
Tons.
Thinking the knots, taking the Oblivion Sower.
I lived in St. George for a year. Tons of rock climbing. Lots of caves to explore. It was really cool.
Doesn't that just count as living there?
Yeah, it's definitely hot down there.
Yep. Yeah, we get the Arizona type temperatures in southern Utah.
Mm-hmm.
And we get some of the best snow in northern Utah.
It's a weird place.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Utah's a weird place.
Yeah, we actually get seasons for the most part. I have not ever seen a Psionic Blast played as a gotcha in Delver, but that's neat. Ended up drawing a game with it today. So did you get to play 4 games of Magic? Because that's fun.
I had that happen in Cube. I had an opponent. I was at 3. They were at 2. They charred me. We had to go to 4 games. I won. It was fantastic.
I can't do Celsius. I can 114 Fahrenheit, which is 62 degrees Celsius is oh whoa, that's 144. That doesn't make sense. Let me change that.
Not
45 degrees Celsius
45
is really hot to me. Hot for me would be about 51. What? 123? That's hot. 123 degrees Fahrenheit that's unlivable hot. Yeah, what is this Cecilius?
What's Celsius?
It gets that high in Phoenix. It gets up to 124.
Oh, easily in Phoenix. Yes,
insane.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we get 115s in Fahrenheit here, and that's that's toasty.
It usually breaks 100 on average of like between 2 and 4 days. in Utah, like in North Utah, like where we live. It breaks 100 a couple times a year.
Yeah. And then some years we get higher.
But southern Utah, it'll break 100 for like a month straight.
I don't think we're wimps. I think we're intelligent, actually, because we don't live in Phoenix.
Seriously.
But I don't understand that. Like, sure, during the wintertime, okay. Yeah, you're just weird. You hate the heat. I actually quite like it. We've had a really mild winter this year. Most of the U.S. has had this ridiculously chill winter. All of the
only
Midwest
had like 2 big
East.
snows,
and we've had this really really mild winter here. It's like 55 degrees Fahrenheit right now during the daytime. And
Leah, I hate the heat as well. I absolutely hate the heat. I love it cold. All right, we're gonna get things started.
And you have humidity there as well, right? So it's a different type of heat. Here it's very dry. Yeah, so you've been in that 113 type temperature there in Rio. What's happening? We're playing Food Chain.
Yep, we got to ponder.
And Robert's playing. Did we figure it out?
I still think it's a
blade deck.
Yeah, it's for
It's just kind of a little bit of a brew or a little bit of some tweaks.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Leah. Like I love it when it snows all winter. I hate driving in it, but then again, everybody does. Okay, let's put it this way: I hate driving with people in the snow. Oh, it is awful. But that's like the only negative thing I have to say about winter. I love it when it's cold.
16 Celsius is. I'll translate for everybody. 60 degrees Fahrenheit is the coldest it gets there. Yeah, we get significantly colder than that here.
Free smells. I will take you up on that offer the weekend of the Seattle GP.
Yeah. We
will come up. We will play some Legacy.
Yeah, some of the northwestern states shut down when there's like Seattle. I've seen Seattle just shut down and there's like this fine dusting of snow. But it's also because they don't salt their roads, right? They don't have snow removal, so cars just do end up sliding all over the place. I've gone to school, like I used to go to elementary school when there was literally over a foot of snow between and that's like a normal day in the wintertime. But some cities can't handle it because they don't have the removal service.
When I was in New Mexico, they had a snow. It barely snowed an inch. No school, no nothing. And I just had to laugh. I'm like, are you kidding? It'll snow 2 feet, and they're like, why are you late to class?
Yep, it's a thing here. We have actual salt put on our roads to stop it from having freezing over.
Yeah, Brian, he has 60 cards.
I think the salt actually might just come from the lake too. Yeah, some places use sand or a combination of sand and salt. They've actually started using a liquid here now that they spray down the day before it snows. And it obviously, I'm sure it's just a salt mixture. But that's kind of a new thing. They didn't used to do that. Stoneforge, doing some mysticking.
We're gonna find a better skull. We've got to brainstorm.
Brian wants to know what happened with the land situation.
He did end up finding a couple other lands to add in. I didn't ask him which ones.
Even the freshwater lake in Utah is salty. Okay. Bear Lake isn't salty, and Lake Powell isn't salty.
Flaming Gorge isn't salty.
Lake Powell, that's another place. Man, it's like Red Rock meets just this huge body of water.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the, I think it's the largest lake in the western U.S. Right?
Is it bigger than?
Well, not bigger than the Great Salt Lake, but you can't really.
It's not big. Is it bigger than Utah Lake?
Yeah, I think so.
Probably.
But both of those are so shallow, you wouldn't boat on them really.
Yeah, you can.
Lake Powell's awesome.
It is.
At this point, I can collect enough salt for your state roads with how much you play Lantern. Nice.
Wow.
That's one of those things you could say to other people and they wouldn't understand what you're talking about.
Nope. What decks were in the first, second round? We saw a Vile Smasher Grixis deck versus Burn.
Mm-hmm.
We also saw Bomberman versus Death Shadow.
Bomberman easily won.
Very easily.
But it's the Death Shadow that went 4-0 last.
Yeah, and we've seen Miracles versus Delver on our backup match in the last round. And this one we've got Food Chain versus Blade, and on our backup match we've got Eldrazi Post versus Eldrazi Stompy.
So it's actually not good game yet. This is an integral piece of doing the food chaining. You get to manipulate fate. You get to go through, find 3 cards to exile, and you get to also draw a card. So you exile the Mistral Griffins and the Eternal Scourge, all which can be played from exile. And if he has some other action here, then it's good game. But it's not quite there yet.
Yep, still, this is a great start for him, though. Resolving this spell is just huge. It's pretty much like pay 2, draw 4.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Do you exile Manipulate Fate? No, you do not.
Nope, it's just a sorcery that says exile 3 cards from your library and draw a card. And it's a foil. Of course.
Unbelievable.
Wasteland, go! Have an excellent night.
Yeah, have a good one.
Utahns, Englishmen, and people from Rio. I don't know who else we have here in chat. Nope, it does not.
Yeah, like a wish effect. Yeah, no problem, Batala.
Okay, so here's the food chain. Here's where he gets to do what he wants to do here. This works.
He should, if he does it right, he can go off now. Or if he has, does he have the Ballista? Do we get to see
I don't
that?
know if he has it in hand.
Okay. He can at least play everything in his exile. 4 rounds today? Yes, 4 rounds today.
I'm about to whisper a black stacks list. See if we can do it. Okay, we'll take a look at it.
Yeah, awesome. I would love to see Admiral No Beard.
Yeah. So what he can do is he can activate Food Chain, and sacrifice the Deathrat Shaman.
Mm-hmm.
But no, you exile it, right?
Yep.
And then he gets to add 2+ its mana cost, which is 3.
No, 1+ its mana cost. He could, but the reason he could have gone off there is because he can activate the Deathrite Shaman.
Oh, right.
To get a mana.
Okay.
And then sack it to get 2, and then you play the Eternal Scourge, and then you sack it to get 4, and then you go infinite from there.
It's been a little while since Brian's been here playing Food Chain.
You know, you went too far with that one.
Right.
It's been a while since Brian's been here.
Ah. But when he's here, he's always playing Food Chain. So.
You have 2 spots left. I will get in touch with you, Leah. Since Brian's gone, I'll probably be the one working with you on that. We might actually need a couple other things as well.
Has he missed a play here yet, Brian? I haven't seen him missed.
I mean, he could have gone for it.
He just barely played the Deathrite though, so he couldn't activate it for mana.
No, he played it last turn. He played Manipulate Fate and Deathrite.
Yeah. No worries, that'll work.
Yeah, it'll be fine. We'll get there. Yeah, we got your messages.
Yeah. I'm wrong. You're right. I know.
Yeah, Deathrite did not have Summoning Sickness.
You like the Monk, Germ, and
Riley Cold's become a regular. I'll see if I can get him some extra swag.
Is this a Grafdigger's Cage?
This is a Grafdigger's Cage.
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure what this is doing in the matchup, though.
Yeah, what tokens did you mean? There's no Delver tokens, right?
No Delver tokens.
Yeah, you must have meant something else, Riley. Okay, here we go. Food Chain away, Strix, gets 3 mana, plays Scourge, Food chain that away. Gets 4. Gets all the manas that he wants to cast creatures. That's what happens there. So he gets to put all these out. If he's got a ballista in hand, then he just wins.
It looks like he has force backup, or at least a force of will as well. This is quite the board state though. Now he's got 3/3/3s.
And there's other fun things you can do, right? Like against a Batterskull, for example, you can block and then just sack to food chain, so Robert wouldn't be gaining any life off lifelink or a sword activation or whatever else. There's combat tricks that get involved, which is fun. Now you want to see food chain versus Bomberman?
That'd be pretty cool. I'm not sure where Trace's record is at the moment.
Combat is awesome with food chain. I don't know if it's awesome, Brian. That might be a stretch.
Oh, that's really cool, Batala. Sounds like Leah. Oh, Vitalia? Vitalia? Is that how you say it? Interesting.
Yeah, it's Yaku, I'm with you. It's really fun that people like to try different things out here. When we're playing Legacy 2 nights a week, it allows a lot of variation and different stuff. And I've been mixing it up as well, and I only play on Friday nights.
Looks like he found the walking ballista. He's gonna cast this for, let's just say X is a lot, and I'm gonna say a lot more than Robert's life total.
That's my guess too. Mm-hmm. Here again, this one online. I've seen Brian do it a few times. There's a lot of clicking. And it's silly that Magic Online doesn't have a way to demonstrate a loop.
It would be hard for them to do.
No,
it would.
I don't think it'd be that hard. We're talking about computer programs here that let you actually make programs. it seems like it would be that hard.
You only have Legacy once a month. Oh, that would kill me.
Yeah.
Then I'd only be commentating once a month, and I wouldn't even get to play at all.
Twice a year. Oh,
what the?
So you guys just join us. That's all right. That's what we're doing for you. We're giving you the Legacy multiple times a week.
Multiple times a week.
And you get to see weird things like that. So that was actually food chain going off, right?
Yes.
When you have food chain out, if you haven't seen it played, if you have food chain out and a Griffin, then you can just exile your Griffin, play a Griffin, exile Griffin, play a Griffin. You net 1 mana every time you do it. And then that means that it's mana for creature spells specifically.
Yes, you have infinite mana.
Yeah. And then your Walking Ballista comes out as arbitrarily large, and then you just ping away.
I think that Brian just has a thing for making the Ballista infinitely large.
You think that's what
I think so.
Bomberman and Food Chain kind of do the same thing, don't they? Yeah.
That is right. I play Legacy 5 days a week. And then I also do commentary for 2 Magic tournaments.
And if you think these are fringe decks, you should see some of the decks we've been playing on Magic Online.
We've been having fun.
That's fringe.
Yeah,
this is like fairway normalcy decks right here.
Yeah, we've been playing some silly stuff, and it's awesome.
Yep.
It's awesome. Like it's just like when I do my streams during the day, like we really get to kind of explore. What else could be going on in Legacy, right? So it looks like our other match is already done. So we'll just stay here for game 3. We still have 11 minutes left in the round. Kyra lives Legacy. I do. I love it so much.
What do you think of the Polyraptor combo? This is a thing in Standard, right? Or is it Modern?
Standard. Fireballs. It seems cool. The only thing is the Polyraptor costs like what, 6 mana. Like, don't get me wrong, combos are cool in Standard. Like, you can make them happen, but 6 mana is a lot.
and the combo is that you get to just like make 1 billion Polyraptors, right?
Yes.
Somehow.
Yeah.
It sounds Sounds like a standard thing to do, which we try to ignore completely.
It uses like a 4-drop and a 6-drop, I think, creature.
I'm interested in the standard deck that was played in the team event, and it was just a whole bunch of 1-drops red with Path of Metal. That looks like an interesting thing to be doing in standard right now. Kind of go under all of the energy and control decks. And dinosaur decks, yeah. Yeah, Big Red Joe says, wait, what's happening? What is this standard you speak of? So we've still got 10 minutes left.
Oh, actually, I know that question. I know the answer to that question. What? It's actually Magic's newest format. Oh. It's still something that they're trying to get up and get going, you know? Huh. I don't know why they
similar to Type 2? Yeah, that's what I know.
Yeah, they call it standard. I'm not really sure why.
Because it's like unbroken and they don't have to ban things? Is that why it's the standard?
No, because they keep banning stuff. Oh, yeah.
There's no love for standard here in this stream where we're just doing legacy. We'll talk about it every now and then. It's close to Type 1.5, but worse.
The only time we ever talk about standard here is when a new set's coming out.
Yep.
You may be the only person that enjoys it. No, I enjoy playing standard, just not anywhere near as much as I enjoy all the other formats.
Polyraptor and Food Chain? Is this the thing?
So filthy.
Polyraptor. That's a dumb. Whenever it's dealt damage, create a token that's a copy of it.
Yep.
Okay.
Wow, so this is a brainstorm just got counterspelled.
Okay. Sometimes you just have an extra counterspell.
Not normally the thing that I would expect to get counterspelled, but now that this game is getting started, I guess I'll pay a little more attention, shouldn't I? All right, we've got a brainstorm from Robert. Now, Robert hasn't shown us any other colors but blue and red so far. Because of this, I feel like he's probably digging for a white source.
Makes sense. We've got a bunch of you in chat right now. If any of you have not, go ahead and give us a follow. We stream not only Tuesdays and Fridays, as I think I've mentioned a few times now, but kind of random times during the other days, we'll be streaming some Magic Online. Mm-hmm. And so if you give us a follow and you change your settings on Twitch, then you can get a neat little notification when we go live. One lands next round. We do have a lands player in the house today.
Hey guy 2016, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that.
He did what I said. He did the thing. That guy.
He did. He's like, yeah.
Well done.
I guess. Look at this. We've got a Golgari Charm trying to take out this Trinu Nemesis. He goes, you're kidding. So Leovold gets to get in for 3. You know, Leovold's got to just feel great to have in this matchup.
The guy would be rich, but he's playing somebody else's foil deck.
Yeah. In fact, the person who owns this deck is the person that's right above you in chat, Yaku.
Foil Force, pitching Foil Force. I still don't have one of those. I need to find me one.
I actually have one.
You have a
I
foil
do.
one?
I have a foil one. They're very pretty.
Oh.
I had to trade kind of an arm and a leg for it.
He's just going to randomly decide to change for a Leo. That's what I like to do. I like to, hey, I'm going to force pitch this. And he gets burned because of it.
Oh, yeah.
Surgical extraction. Eat your force that you just showed me in your hand.
That's mean.
All foil Leo. No, this is an all foil Food Chain deck with Leos in it.
I think it has 2 Leos in it.
Do you mind if I switch that for this Leovold that's in my hand instead? Sure, that's fine with me. Surgical extraction.
Got you.
It's, I guess, I mean, it's not really a thing. Like, he made him discard a card from his hand, sure, but surgically extracting Force of Will is probably not what you want to be doing against Food Chain. You'd much rather surgical out a Food Chain.
Yeah, I mean, there's not going to be any more counter spells to really worry about at this point, which can affect the way that you're going to play. But yeah, this is the card that you want to address. There's a Food Chain on the board now. Like, right. Robert still has no white mana.
And Leovold's probably shutting down some of the possible cantrips that he's got, right? Brainstorm, Ponder, cards suddenly not as good.
Here's a Manipulate Fate. With Food Chain on the board, this means you can pretty much cast everything that he removes. He'd have to sacrifice the Leovold, which I don't think he's wanting to do at the moment. He can probably wait a turn.
Yeah, if he's got the Blist in hand, might as well just go for it.
Yes.
Right? But because Robert's kind of shown he doesn't have really any counter magic, he would have countered Food Chain. But if he doesn't have it in hand, I could see waiting a turn here. Right? Remove duels from the reserve list. I think that's an eventuality. That's kind of my take on it. I don't see it happening anytime soon, but one day I believe the reserve list will be no more. Yep, he just passes the turn. Leovold and Notion Thief simultaneously. That's actually a thing recently. There's a deck that runs a 1 of Notion Thief, 2 Leovolds, and some Dak Fadens. Mm-hmm. And we've actually had both of those on board in store the last couple weeks. Yeah, those Mercadian Mass Brainstorms are pretty, and I think those Food Chains are German. So they're
no, they're not German. I think they're Chinese.
Chinese.
Yeah, they're Chinese.
They're foreign. Yeah, it's a Grixis Thieves kind of a legacy version of it.
Yeah.
I doubt we have any foil Japanese Lantern cards in stock.
Yeah, I highly doubt it. Japanese. Okay. Sorry, Brian. You speak Chinese, so it just makes sense to me that
we disrespected his cards. I don't think there was Chinese printing actually in Mercadian Mass.
Probably not.
It's a more recent thing. You dislike playing people that have full Japanese. So there's Food Chain doing what it does. He didn't even have to get the Ballista that time. He just beat down with 3/3s, which is a viable thing in Legacy. 3/3 flyers are really good.
They are. All right, we only have a couple more minutes left until our last round. We've seen lots of cool stuff going on today.
We had one person follow when I said, hey, everybody watching, give us a follow if you haven't already. Does that mean all the rest of you have already followed us?
That's awesome.
That's incredible. I don't believe it.
It's incredible.
Are foreign foil cards cheaper or are they harder to get? For the most part, they're harder to find, and usually they're more expensive. Depends on the printing. A lot of Russian cards are in low quantity out there, so they're really hard to get. And then that's true for other languages. It depends on the set.
I thought you got rid of that quote.
I think I just said I was going to. Guys, no. Taken out of context.
Let's take it out of context, guys. Travis, whoa. Whoa.
I'm unfollowing just for that quote.
Wow.
Okay, one more time. The quote was, I wasn't impressed as much. So somebody followed during one of our 10-minute breaks in between rounds. And I was like, that's an impressive follow right there. I'm more impressed with that follow than all of our other followers. Because see how that would be more impressive. How do I? You don't. You don't unfollow Ingenuity. That's how you do it.
Ingenuity, who's a current subscriber. How do I unfollow?
Hardest to get is Russian. Okay, because I think a lot of the earlier sets were just printed in really low quantity, and so there was and maybe there was actually a weird thing where there was fewer foils in those sets as well. To unfollow, you hit the subscribe button.
I'm Sauce. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Delete your account.
We have this little neat Plinko thing. If you guys really want to have bits thrown at it, you can and watch them plink around for you have a minute to do so. I do it occasionally. It provides me almost no satisfaction whatsoever.
There are definitely a couple people who, wherever we go to this screen, they just throw pennies at us, and we're just like,
That's a penny. Neat.
Yep.
Yeah, each bit is a penny.
Yep. Throwing pennies.
Yeah, if you guys have Amazon Prime and you want to subscribe, that's awesome. That helps us out.
It really does.
By a small amount. And that's fun. Or if you just want to subscribe, if you don't have Amazon, you can do that too. Twitch lets you.
See, Admiral Nobeard, that's quote 17. That's my personal favorite quote. Quote 17 is absolutely my favorite.
We have some way better ones. What's the luck skill one?
Quote 16, luck skill death right.
That one's a good one. There's some really
Yaku, it's true though. Bryce is like a poor man's Kyer.
We just had quote 17. We don't need it again. No, all right. I think we just had time in the round called. Our timer was actually pretty accurate that time.
Yeah, we'll probably see some food chain and versus something else.
When was that?
Oh, this was the other day when I was streaming.
I haven't seen that one happen.
I go, yeah, I've definitely never played against this person not playing Dredge. Immediately they're like volcanic lightning bolt, and I'm just like, just kidding. Like crap. It was so out of context.
Amazon Prime free trial and then Prime sub? That sounds like a lot of work. I think I'd probably just do the $5 sub if that was me, if I really wanted to sub.
The blue team, did your Plinko not work? Did it just not work?
I've had that not work before too.
Quote 19. You can't get jinxed twice.
Yeah, that was during our 1K or our 24-hour stream, I believe.
No, that would have to be recent. Quote 19? Yeah, quote 19. I think so.
Oh, maybe it was added more recently.
You could never get jinxed twice.
Right.
You're one of those filthy Prime people?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me, Leah? That's awesome.
Then you don't have to see ads on Twitch. It's definitely the way to go.
No, anybody who uses their Twitch Prime on us, that is huge thank you. Huge thank you to all of our subscribers.
I'd like my 3 kappas back. Blue team, if you want to come into the store for a full refund, we can make that happen. With interest if you really want.
With interest. I was promised Plinko.
I've done that too. I've watched some little video for like 5 bits and tried to Plinko them, and they didn't Plinko.
Let me see if I can refresh it. Hold on, it'll be a moment.
We'll pretend yours are in there.
Your three are in there. The blue team. I think you only made one of them. WTF is Plinko? So you see my name is right here, and then Plinko is right there. That's Plinko.
Yeah, it's a game that's really popular in Asia, I believe, right? And it's kind of like
it's not working.
It's not Plinkoing.
It's not Plinkoing. Look what you've done.
It's like a gambling thing. It's like a slot machine type of thing.
Yeah, you drop.
We have them in like kids arcades with coins, and then the coins it like moves, and the more coins that fall over, you get tickets or whatever.
Yeah. You broke Plinko. I will fix Plinko after the
We're just gonna keep resetting it every time somebody. We have a Plinko fail.
I am not okay with the Plinko fail. This is actually just wrong. This is wrong, Bob.
Can we start out a morning paper legacy day at the store? Unlikely.
Very unlikely.
But you can play on Magic Online with us.
Most of our legacy players have this thing called a job.
And families and kids.
My job is playing legacy.
Are we going to have to break out the punt counter? No.
No Admiral
We're not currently playing, so obviously no punts are going to be happening.
We say longingly.
We've had people up our punt counter when other people are playing Magic. We're like, no, that's not us. We didn't do that.
Hey, I've heard you say something and somebody punted you while commentating.
That seems appropriate.
Yeah.
We could use a punt counter. I have been not punting today. It's true.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
caster punts, like a completely different kind of punt. I don't even know what that would entail. Like, what would we have to do to punt?
So we should be starting round 4 here really soon, guys.
Yes.
This is the weird, awkward. We don't know why it's taking so long. There's probably just one match finishing up in turns, and then we'll see one more round for you guys.
The finals.
Some fun legacy-ness on this Tuesday night, and then I guess we're playing
Zombardment
tomorrow.
We don't have to. We can play it Monday during our bad legacy day on Monday.
Our bad legacy. Maybe. Oh, is Brian still here in chat?
Bad legacy with Kyra and Bryce on Mondays.
Or did he stop driving wherever he is?
I don't know. Maybe he stopped driving.
Maybe they stopped for lunch.
That'd be a punt. So, okay. So context behind that. If you've ever played against Orem online, Orem's always on dredge. Like I've played against him like 4 or 5 times, every single time on dredge. And then, like I said that to chat. I'm like, no, I always see this guy on dredge. It's fine. So I just run out my Deathrite Shaman on turn 1, and they immediately just like kill Deathrite Shaman. You know, like I was feeling way good. Like, yes, against dredge, I'm gonna have a Deathrite Shaman. It's gonna be great. And then they're like, Volcanic Island, lightning bolt your Deathrite Shaman. And I just looked at it and I was like, well, crap. And then Captain QC had to quote me on it.
Yeah. If you see Bryant Cook and you aren't against Storm,
we don't get the nickname for Fun City Games. Okay, keep in mind, Jorgensen, like all of the decks that we play during the day streams are all decks I've never played before.
And he almost went positive, right? Like we almost went 4-1 with Grizzlestorm on Monday. If you guys want to see a legacy deck, Grizzlestorm, that's a legacy deck. We went 3-2 on Magic Online against actual real live deck. Well, the first one was I don't know what that was.
We went 2-3 with Cheerios.
yeah. We won a game, and then you won another one.
2 full matches.
That's weird.
With Cheerios. What time are our streams? Usually Bryce and I will stream a little earlier, like 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on Mondays and Wednesdays. And then on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, I'll usually start around noon.
And that's Mountain Time, so it's earlier. If you're on the West Coast, even earlier, and if you're on the East Coast, it's around noon and 2.
Yeah, we were 1 game off from the 3-2. I know. It was amazing. We've done some pretty fun things. Like I remember the first time that we 5-0'd with Nick's Fit, like when it was nothing. Yep. And I've the first time I ever played Elves, I went 4-1 with it.
Giving out buys.
Really? In the Legacy Leagues, it was Cheerios, man. I don't know what to tell you. HG Butte, he's like, here's a stipulation, play Cheerios, and we were like, okay. We actually won 2 matches with it. Guess how many matches did you expect to win with Cheerios?
I thought we might win a game.
A game.
Yeah, and then when Brian's here, we've done some food chaining and some Bomberman. Yeah. He's pretty proficient at it. We could try those out if anybody really wants to see him again. But
we could. I'd probably be pretty slow with the clicky combos.
Yeah, that's what's rough there.
But I would feel confident. I'd feel confident playing the decks though.
We've seen you play some Jund, some Punishing Jund.
Yeah, I play a lot of Jund.
And then we have Delver's variants built. They're not as fun to watch.
Yeah, I actually had Calvin come in and he was like, "I'd really appreciate it if you guys played a little more 4-color on the stream." So he gave me his list, and so I might play a little bit of 4-color. Yeah, Admiral No Beard, that 10-0 with Nick's Fit, that was an adventure. That was a beautiful adventure. That was back when nobody knew what Nick's Fit was, and nobody knew how to beat Academy Rector. It was an amazing experience.
Here we go. We got some players.
Finally, we see a little cursor move, and we know we're about to get pairings.
Yeah, there was a This Week in Legacy, which I often will show some decks off from Legacy, right? And Goldfish. There was a Nick Fit deck, just a normal, and they say, well, this is a little different. It's not Nick's Fit in parentheses. A little call out yet again to the Nick's Fit deck, which is great.
this is Nick Fit. It's a little different. It's like, no, Nick's Fit's the different one. Nick's Fit is the different one. I tried to play Nick's Fit today. I could not get anything going. It was awful.
Sometimes that just happens, right?
Yeah, I couldn't win anything. It was bad.
All right, so we have Alex on Food Chain, right?
Alec
on Food Chain versus Calvin.
Yep, and Calvin's playing Grixis Delver today.
So this will be an interesting. We maybe want to see a little bit of this other match, though.
And Nathan and Trace.
Yeah. Let's start there and let's see what Nate's playing. Somebody said he's playing something a little bit more brewy. We got 2 good matches for you guys to see.
These are great.
Food Chain versus like 4-color, and then Bomberman versus I'm not sure what.
I know, Admiral Nobeard. I was so upset about that. Like it had been Nick's Fit. Like it was always Nick's Fit, and then they're like, "Hey, look, it's Legacy Curses," and I'm just like, "No, it is not. Right. It is not Legacy Curses. That Dovescape card is not a curse." Just saying, ruins that entire idea. Yep. Sorry to break it to you. If you can't tell, I was super worried about it.
It's still kind of just. Have you sent them letters, like written in pen on a piece of paper?
No,
Hey, MTG Goldfish.
I can't bring myself to do so. Dear MTG Goldfish, you guys made me look awful by calling such a beautiful deck something so stupid.
All right, so here's Nate right here. We'll get these labeled for us. For you, and Nate's a question mark, but he's positive with this deck. I'm not sure what his record is.
Well, the fact that Trace is back means that he's at least won a couple matches with Bomberman.
Okay, there's a natural order Nate just showed off. So we've got natural order something versus Esper Bomberman. Legacy as this is why you guys are here, right? You don't want to see Delver and Miracles and Lands. We've seen enough of that. And yeah, Alec on Food Chain. Yeah, we'll get him up in just one sec.
Calvin on Grixis.
They're just shuffling right now. All right, here we go.
Yeah, we have to watch this match.
Yeah,
this is gonna be like Brew versus Brew. I'm super excited.
Let's just call this natural order for now.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm sorry.
There's some variety of different natural order decks.
Yeah, I remember when I tuned in one morning and you and Brian were playing Natural Order Fit.
Mm-hmm. No Fit.
That deck was a monstrosity. The deck looked absolutely awful.
We probably were.
You guys
mediocre with it.
Yeah, you probably went like 2 and 3, just like we do with all of our weird decks that we do. Win like a couple matches. It's like a 50-50 if we get that third win or not.
Here's a Green Sun Zenith. Starting off Nate, he just goes right for the Dryad
Arbor. It's not the cheaty Dryad Arbor. It's the Dryad Arbor that we know and love.
It's from the future.
Yeah.
If you can see
it.
See what I mean there?
I don't.
If you have the
I'm just going to continue on like I do though.
Okay. Scrubland on the other side. Basically, no Fit is as bad as True is.
I don't know if it's that bad. It's probably not that bad, just because you can cast one card and win.
Really bad.
Yeah. Cheerios was terrible, Jorgensen. Oh, it was awful.
We're gonna see some cards from Nate.
Got a Reclamation Sage, a Cabal Therapy, a Natural Order, which Traces elect to take, and Brainstorm.
That Natural Order card that could have come down in 2 turns might have ended the game, right?
It is kind of like no Bant, but it plays with like the whole Cabal Therapy and Veteran Explorer type dealio.
Looks like Nate is doing a Sultai version here. So Nate is an awesome brewer.
He's amazing.
He is part of the. Wow, I just blanked on the name of the website.
It's a podcast. Wow, you're no kidding. I can't think of it either. I know I will.
It's not here, is it?
I'm sure Jorgensen remembers. But I've said his podcast name like 100 times.
Is it Kitchen Table? It's not Kitchen Table.
No.
Oh, that's the one I just read. No, not the Brainstorm Show. It's a legacy, primarily focused one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's What was the podcast that Nate's a part of? Why can't I remember? Eternal Durdles. Thank you. Eternal Durdles. Oh my goodness. What took us like thank you, Brian, for finally jumping in. Yeah, Legacy and Vintage, Eternal Durdles. So yeah, he's also the one who brought us if you guys remember from the 24-hour stream, we had Dark Shift, or the time we called it Big Delva.
The Bant Stifle list. Yeah.
And if you were in our stream like a while back, we had this weird mono green deck that we called Not Maverick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All bruised by Nate. It's fantastic.
There's been some really fascinating cards. There was the green, not guild. Is it a Guild Mage from Mirage? That was a card that actually made sense in one of his decks.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a response from Leovold before the attack. Trey says, "Hold on, well, I want to do this first."
He's like, "I absolutely need to brainstorm before that Leovold hits the board."
Nate was playing kind of an interesting deck. It was using the Crucible of the Worlds on a stick, Magus of the Crucible card in kind of a normal Legacy shell. This is something different,
right? Yeah, it is. Sorry, it's a Groot Storm. My bad. It's a Groot Storm.
But yeah, the Guild Mage that
is that the one that we kept putting
Granger Guild Mage, because it was like one of the first times we're like, we need to show what this card does.
Yeah,
and it kept being the card that we'd pull up as the basis.
Yeah.
It was something to do with the 1 damage to target creature. I don't remember why it made sense, and this was months and months ago now.
Yeah. Stupid creature Guild Mage. Oh man. One damage to Stuffy Doll. No.
There's a Jace. Nate says, "I don't have any cards in my hand to counter it, so yeah, it resolves." And he draws a card off Leovold. Leovold gets bounced. That's a turn. That's kind of rough. You bounced Leovold, and then your Jace dies. I don't think that was the correct way to use Jace there, but okay.
Maybe not.
Was it with Basilisk Collar? Is that where we were? I don't remember why it was good.
Alright, we've got a Trinket Mage.
Yeah. I think Jace just brainstorming there would have been more effective.
You don't draw though.
Oh yeah. That doesn't make sense.
All you could have done is
fate sealing. Even.
Well, you fate seal, and then they get to draw a card, and then they get to attack it, and it dies anyway.
Yeah.
Bouncing it was definitely the best thing to do with it.
Okay.
If you're gonna do anything. All right, looks like we've got a Trinket Mage coming down here. It's gonna get an engineered explosives. Here come the beats. Yep. Trinket Mage. Master of dealing damage. Jace him in the face. Jund him out. Exactly.
Hipsters of the Coast. Yes. That too.
Eternal Durdles, yeah.
It's kind of where the whole pirate stompy brew started, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Engineered Explosives goes by way of Cabal Therapy. Card is good. He sacks his Rex Sage to do that. And here's a Green Sun Zenith for 2. I like how if you're playing Magic and you Green Sun Zenith, you tap mana, you play Green Sun Zenith. It's pretty obvious, but you still have to put your fingers out there for 2. Yes. I swear everybody does it. For 2. Or for 3. It's a thing you do.
I've played against enough people in like bigger events that like don't speak English that it's I don't know.
This is a Coiling Oracle?
Yes, Coiling Oracle. Every time I see Coiling Oracle, my mind goes straight to the opposition deck that we have online. But something gives me a feeling that this is an opposition. I just have a feeling.
Okay.
But Coiling Oracle does see play in a Lurin sometimes, apparently. I didn't know that, but I played against an Lurin deck today that had him.
Yeah, I do not know how difficult it would be to start a podcast and get it actually out there and have people hear it.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people that it would be challenging. Unless you had like a named person, a pro or somebody that's already out there involved. Maybe he's on a Lurin.
He could be a Sultai Lurin. We haven't seen anything that says a Lurin though.
It's on like natural order.
Yeah, he has natural order. And like natural order would be more on the opposition lines. Because we have natural order in our opposition deck, don't we? We have like 1 Crater Hoof.
Okay, that'd be cool. I'm excited to find out what's going to happen.
Yeah, I really don't know.
Right now, it's just Leovold stopping everything, but and I can't quite see the cards. It looks like there's a Daze and a Verdant Catacombs.
No knowledge of either deck. Yeah, most of us don't. No worries. This Bomberman deck is quite unique, even for a Bomberman deck. Most Bomberman decks are black-white. This deck has a huge blue take on it. And Nate's deck is clearly a brew.
Yeah, he's got Sultai things in Leovold, and then there's some other stuff going on. That Coiling Oracle.
Coiling Oracle is so good. Do you want me to pull it up?
Sure. Okay, here's a natural order. Coiling Oracle is going away, and we're going to see a Progenitus? A Progenitus. A Grand Prix Progenitus? Is that, or is it an RPTQ? Where did this
Grand Prix.
Grand Prix. Coiling Oracle, when it enters the battlefield, you get to reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land, you put it on the battlefield. Otherwise, you put that card in your hand, so you get a draw card.
I don't know what else to call it from this point.
No Sultai. Sultai, no.
Sultai natural order.
He just Progenitus assisted.
Yeah, and then we saw a concession. And then these guys are shuffling up as well.
You know what? Progenitus isn't stupid if you have out. If you have out Overwhelming Splendor.
Overwhelming Splendor is the answer to everybody's problems. Just play it.
If you guys haven't seen Kyer successfully play Nyx Fit, Overwhelming Splendor is really good against a lot of legacy decks.
It is.
And it's not that hard to get out.
I'm going to Thespian stage my dude or my Dark Depths. Yeah. Get a 2020, and I'm going. Yeah, it's a 1/1.
Except you can't even make it.
You can't even make it.
You can't even copy. You can't fetch.
Nope.
No bug.
Some of my favorite things are the Cruel Reality plays where they'll like, all right, show and tell, and they're like Emrakul, and I'm like Cruel Reality, and then like it'll go to my turn. I'll like take my turn, pass the turn back. They sack their Emrakul, continue with their turn. like it's amazing. There's a lot of
Splendor confirmed best card in Legacy.
Oh, it's so powerful.
It's really It
is so powerful.
If we're not talking about the cost of mana cost of cards,
it's only 8 mana. It's easy.
No Bug is kind of like Bug in a Rug, which used to be Starbug Lovers, which eventually transformed into Call Me Maybe, and then it turned into a garbage truck. What? Was there actually a deck called Call Me Maybe? Because that would be amazing. No Bugs Life now. Whatever that was, it was well done, Admiral No Beard. I approve of that message.
Fireballs. What angels in particular? Is there like are you talking like a tribal deck? I'm not entirely sure what you mean.
It's one of those. I'm going to jump into chat and ask this random obscure question that I have.
It is a random obscure question. If I had more context, I'd be happy to answer.
There are some angels that get play in like Restoration Angel gets play in Modern.
Yeah.
And Baneslayer Angel sometimes sees those little curious play in Legacy.
Archangel of Thing.
That's a card.
Saw some play.
Those are angels. There isn't like an Angel Stompy deck though that does really well. There was one. But...
Yeah. Iona sees play in Reanimator.
Just tribal, yeah. So look up an Angel Stompy deck. That was a thing for a very short little while. I think it's kind of been.
My favorite is Desolation Angel. That's the angel I want to cast all the time.
Yeah, we got beat by an Iona the other day.
Yeah, we did.
On yesterday.
Yeah, and we didn't have to. We could have beaten it. I just like clicked through it.
That's fantastic.
Admiral No Beard, you are my hero.
By the deck. Is that a deck?
All right.
Controbline? Contromblant. I can't even say it.
Contromboline?
Wow. We need to change the names of this deck. This Sultai No deck is now No Call Me Maybe.
No.
I think Nate would fully approve of this.
Why do all of his decks get great names?
Yeah.
No.
I think he's actually saying no, comma. Call Me Maybe, the deck name, didn't top 8, but I think this one's No Call Me Maybe. Correct. Now somebody's going to jump in and be like, what deck is this?
Because it's Nate.
Yeah, yep.
And every time Nate brings a brew, we have to, it's our job to name it. It is our job to name it. And chat always does such a good job naming it, too.
Contromboline. Yeah.
Contromboline. Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. It's like a trampoline and a trombone.
Yep.
But a control version.
Yeah, Contromboline.
Yeah.
All right. So there was a therapy. So this is a.
You make like low bass music while bouncing things.
Perfect.
Yep. Contromboline.
All right. So Swords of Plowshares is going to be the hit there. We see two basics. Is that a Containment Priest?
Cannot
and
be
a Force of Will?
contained. Cannot be contained.
Is that a Containment Priest, Brian?
I think so.
There to beat all the green sunning.
Yep. And the natural ordering.
And the natural
It
ordering.
pretty much just shuts down his entire deck.
Containment Priest. Awesome.
He does have Cabal Therapy, though, which shuts down Containment Priest.
Only when named.
Yeah. Only when it's sitting right in there his hand.
Out of the sideboard. Yeah. It's a good board in. I mean, if anytime you see a natural order, you're gonna bring in something like Containment Priest. Even Green Sun is pretty good.
Brian, do you think we should play the Steel Stompy deck? Should we buy the pieces we need for it? Some of them are a little pricey. Should we try it out online?
Or should we play Zombardment?
Well, we can do that too.
Oh.
There are more than one day in the weeks.
Fine.
Just I like it, Admiral. Those are fantastic Legacy deck names.
No, they were amazing.
It's really kind of too bad that even for Legacy that names have gone away, and people don't get to name their stuff, or when they do, Wizards has kind of taken this. We want to Wizards and Star City, really for that matter, has taken this. We want the name to be understandable and recognizable, so we're going to call it Soul tie.
Yeah, Brian. I looked over the list. I think there were a couple very small things, but the bulk of what we're missing is Ravagers.
Oh. But yes, I will send you a list.
Okay.
Yeah, Cephalid Breakfast and Dead Guy Ale. All awesome names. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, don't bring that up, Jorgensen. Settle down. Actually, Brian, I think we may have actually built it, and it's an incomplete deck on MTGO. Yeah, this is not a good hand. Moist Jund. Oh, the actual worst deck name.
Yeah, it was kind of silly, right? During what standard version with Jace Vince Prodigy standard, where we had all of those dark Abzan and blue this, and it was like they were all 4-color decks, but they couldn't figure out how to name them because which color is the least, and we'll call it that, whatever the deck is. Yeah,
control minus white.
It was so silly.
Control minus blue.
Like that's what happens when you can't name a deck something.
Dark Jesky.
And now we have like Reed Duke True Name Nemesis deck, right? Like that's actually what the title of the deck is, so that it was bad. I prefer no, call me maybe.
Grassy Grixis. Yeah, there you go.
This is fantastic. Somebody I have no idea who it is.
I know. I wish I could pronounce their name, but I can't.
Maybe their name is actually Grassy Grixis. They were introducing themselves.
I highly doubt that. Considering what we were just talking about, I highly doubt it.
Drafted Demir Splashing Naya.
Demir Splashing Naya. Oh, that's fantastic, Yaku. My buddy Chad is fun to be with. Oh my heck. Ceramic Resonator, yeah. So Containment Priest not nearly doing as much as Trace would like. I mean, he's gonna have a problem with this Leovold. He's probably every single combo piece away from winning from this point.
So Leovold's good, is what you're saying? Against certain decks?
Yes. Not only that, but hey, Brian, if they have Leovold out and you try to combo off, you have to individually ping with. Oh no, they probably can't stop that. Still, they get to like draw a bunch of cards off of you, targeting them with Ballista.
Those Lotus Petals are pretty. That's the name if you alter your deck. That's the name of the deck. I should play with Lotus Petals and register a deck name at a GP. Those Lotus Petals are pretty.
They are. You stack them all and mill them out. That's awesome.
Well, thanks, Solus. That's awesome of you to say. I actually got a really awesome. So I posted that in the Facebook Art and Altars group. Has a lot of people in it, and I got a private message from one of the admins of the site of the page saying, those look really good. I just need to verify that you haven't used any printing techniques because those aren't allowed. I was like, wow, nope, I haven't done any printing. This is all by hand. Thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool. You're like, I could send them to you and show you if you really want the verification.
Yeah, he's like, you got to tell me how you did it. You don't really have to, but I want to know for myself.
Yeah. That's way cool.
Click gets forced. No clicking.
Mm-mm.
No clicking on our stream, guys.
No clicks.
No cliques either.
Yeah, none of those.
Now I don't know if Big Red Joe's being like sarcastic because that's the name of his deck list, or
I don't think so.
Thinks they're amazing.
Big Red Joe. I can tell when he's being sarcastic. I'm pretty sure he's being genuine.
Nope, no dabbing allowed either. Accidental dabbing is okay.
Can I dab Andy? You can do whatever you want on your own time, Admiral No Beard.
We're not going to be doing either of those things. Glint, Dune, Witch, and Dune for the Guild Pack 4-colored Nephilim things. Yeah, call me maybe.
Yep.
Chat named this deck. I don't even remember who sang the stupid song.
I don't care.
It's my kids were singing it.
Oh, Jepsen.
Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yeah.
No, that's a few too many characters. It's got to be able to fit into a tweet, I think. All right, calm down. No. Yeah, I'm still enjoying it. I liked your earlier ones though.
Yeah, they were good.
For all I knew, they were actual legacy decks.
So he's gonna activate this during his turn, I believe?
Oh, I was singing with them, Jorgensen. Don't worry.
On his upkeep, he decides to crack Spellbomb and get the draw off of the Nihil Spellbomb.
Why do you think they heard it? I played it for them. Fatally push a Containment Priest.
Seems like a good thing to do. Yeah, that way you can actually put the Dryad Arbor into play. I actually found out that it worked that way through error.
You can't play a Dryad Arbor if there's a Containment Priest out?
Yeah, it just like goes to the graveyard and you're just like, oh.
Because it's not being cast and it's a creature. And
it's
so
a creature.
It just goes, that's dumb.
Containment Priest says you actually can't cast your...
Nate just played around that. He played that correctly.
However, you can play your Dryad Arbor and they can't respond to it though by flashing it in. It's land.
Sure.
But if it's in play and you try to play Dryad Arbor, it just dies. Yeah. Pretty funny.
So other than Containment Priest, Trace hasn't really been able to do much this game.
No, and Nate's got pretty much everything covered. He's waiting for Trace to play something with an activated ability that actually matters. He's got a Pithing Needle shuffled to the top of his hand. He can name Ariok Salvagers. He can name Walking Ballista. But really, he's just going to win here in a moment, and we can get to our backup match, which is actually just the finals.
Made it in home in time for this final. Yes, you did.
You sure did.
We have seen Bomberman off and combo off.
We've also seen it lose completely and play a lot of lands.
Yeah, here it's and I think this Leovold has just kind of shut it down, right? And then we've seen
Rurikthar.
We've seen Food Chain combo off as well, and now there's whatever this is. All right, so this is actually our finals match. I think these are both undefeated. Food Chain versus Grixis Delver. Is that what he's on?
Yeah, Food Chain versus Grixis Delver.
Okay. And this is probably game 2?
I would assume so. Game 2 or 3. Not sure who's ahead here, but based on whoever goes first, we'll know who at least has a game win, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold the front door, Rurikthar.
Yep. So much Food Chain. This is only the second time we've seen it. We've shown a lot more Food Chain in the past. All right, we're gonna give Alec game 1, or game 1 of the games, and here's a Delver, a checklist Delver. You can if you're playing Magic Jeopardy at home, and you have somebody played a Delver in all 4 squares along one line, you just won. Yep, that's what just happened.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah. 2 more times than I've seen it. Perfect. We got some Food Chain. So one of the owners of the store, this is actually his deck. That's why we see it quite often, and yes, when we often play it on Magic Online when he's here as well.
There's a lot of people who are just like, I want to play Food Chain today, and Brian's like, yeah, you can use it.
Yep.
So we see like a different player playing this Food Chain deck quite often.
Food Chain's a really interesting deck because it's just a Sultai mid-range deck that has this infinite combo built into it. It can win very efficiently without the combo, and I like that side of it. I don't really like all-in combo decks in Legacy. They're neat and they're effective, and if that's what you like to do, go for it. But I don't personally like to play them. Whereas this one's fun because you're playing mid-range and you get to make choices, and you also have this combo that you're kind of reaching towards. Because you get to wasteland them. That's the thing you can do. There's other cards that completely shut down Delver decks as well.
Yeah, Big Red Joe. They're not the from the Vault Garbo Delvers exactly.
I'm not a big fan of those.
Calvin knows his Delvers well. Although if there was an invocation, Calvin would probably rather have the invocation, which I think is just crazy.
Yeah. Foil Delvers. I gotta alter these Foil Delvers sometime. I have a set to alter, and I haven't had time. Golgari Charm. Sideboarding to try and stop this Delver. Brainstorming response.
So this is a pretty quick brainstorm from Calvin. He seemed to know exactly what he was gunning for here. And this is going to be a daze.
The daze is pretty art. It's too bad that art... You know what would be really a good idea? If they made like judge promos or just any... They could be F&M promos with the invocation art on regular Magic cards. I'd go for those.
I would too.
Some of the art is beautiful. It just got ruined by the frame.
I actually think a lot of the invocation art is quite great.
Yeah.
Yep. Like most of them are really gorgeous.
The Spell Pierce, the Stifles,
I've never seen Magic like purposefully try to make their Yu-Gi-Oh cards better than their Magic cards, you know?
I like the Flooded Strand promo for National. The one thing
That's cool.
I don't like about that one is that where's all the other ones?
There's not like a set of them?
Yeah.
Maybe they're going to trickle out through the years. I don't know.
I mean, they did that with the Judge promos for the fetches, right? Yeah. And slowly they had one for each, but are we going to see Polluted Delta next? And then is there going to be a year where it's like Windswept Teeth and people are like, yay?
Yeah, Leah, somebody has the Days artwork playmat here. I can't remember who, but they do. It's really pretty.
Yeah, there is a Days artwork playmat, and you can get those. I think you can get them from the artist. Ooh, that'd be interesting. Nationals for different countries, and so you get them that way. That's kind of weird though, doing a English printed card for nationals for. It sounds like something they do though. Yeah. Yep. I've seen there's somebody who has messed around with the frame and they've done a bunch of different things to improve it, and I think they could have made it much more likable without making it, even if just the text. If you look at the invocations online, it's just got kind of normal text and they look okay. It's the fact that nobody can read.
It is kind of funny that Hazaret pretty much says Hazaret the pervert.
Oh, yeah.
It is pretty funny.
Who needs read when pictures tell you what they do?
Alright, finally have an Abrupt Decay take care of this Insectile
The
Aberration.
Mono Black Terminator. That's what it is. That's great. That's what that deck's now called.
What? Wait, what deck?
Big Red Joe saying that's who had the Days playmat.
Oh, that deck with the Obliterator.
The Obliterator.
Oh yeah, that's true. We did call it Terminator.
I was on a bad Terminator kick at the moment,
so we had to play the gate.
Yeah, so we played it. We played a version
so we
online.
Put the gate.
It went 3-2.
We need to play that deck again. That deck had no decisions.
We had people conceding in like early turns against a modern deck.
It was so weird.
Yeah. All right, we got a Pyromancer versus a Deathrat Shaman, and
Plus
out
True
comes
Name.
a True Name Nemesis. And you're not actually allowed to have more than one True Name Nemesis on the battlefield at once. Magic Online will break if you do, because one of them's false, obviously, right?
Not both of them. So you're saying that there can't be two with the true name?
No, right. And
so
and
it's
you
not
can
about
really
the name,
only
it's
have
about
one
the being?
Nemesis. You can't. Isn't the word Nemesis just one?
Can't there be multiple nemesis to the true name?
I don't think so. That'd be like multiple Nemesises or Nemesize.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe when you actually like pull them up,
you can have more than one named Nemesis, but you can't have a true name Nemesis, and then the other ones are just Nemesises.
we don't know what the true name is.
Nemesii.
Nemesis.
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 I'm not sure, but for some reason that play on word is always fun to talk about.
If True Name Nemesis was legendary, yeah, it'd be so good with Caracas. Oh man, that'd be so good. Then there'd be like no way to kill it ever. You'd have to counter it always.
True name
Namaste.
Is that how that works?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Absolutely.
We are having. Hey, this is round 4 on Tuesday, and if you ever stick around for round 4 on Tuesday, we get deep into.
This is how round 4 is always.
Yeah, we go deep into the legacy metagame nomenclature.
You remember that? See, that's not exactly how it is, Leah. That's just how misdirection works.
Hashtag deep.
Misdirection just breaks the game. They try. I think when you were watching that one, the opponent had a nemesis. They tried to like lightning bolt, and Brian was like, "Yeah, misdirection the lightning bolt to your true name nemesis," and the game just broke.
Oh yeah. That's really neat that you can do that, right? Misdirection. You can actually misdirection a lightning bolt
and kill a true name nemesis.
And it did it, and then it broke Magic Online
because the lightning bolt is coming from the source.
One of those things that is not explicitly clear when you're playing the cards in paper. Okay. What happened? I missed something. There was a token made, and it got unmade somehow.
Pyroblast and a block, you mean?
Okay. Block. That's what happened. Whoa. Complex play, guys. That was a deep line. There's a ponder. He's got 3 balls. Or moons.
Moons.
Okay. That you can, like, hand-sized ones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad Brian's paying attention. Making sure you guys are all involved. So.
Yeah, let me help you pay attention. I just moved the chat box right in front of the game.
So this is kind of an interesting setup, right? Like normally, if you were Sultai deck and you were faced against this type of thing from Grixis, you'd be in pretty deep trouble, right? He's at 6 right now, so here's an attack for 5, and he can.
If you don't want to get misdirections, just play your true name nemesis and name yourself. It's fine.
Normally you'd just be dead, but Food Chain has outs here.
Yeah, because they have Food Chain on the board, they can absolutely win from this position. It just depends on how much interaction Calvin has.
Alec's going to thin his deck a land. He probably didn't need it. Maybe he does need that 5th land, actually. Panharmonicon with True Name Nemesis. I don't think that does what you think it does.
Yeah, that's not how it works. It's not a never let it die. Yeah, that's definitely not how it works. That looks like the end of the match.
Calvin gives a handshake, so maybe he won game 1 really quickly.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Let's take a peek and see if our table 2 is still going.
I thought that was over.
It is over.
Yeah, the end of things. Okay.
Guys, that finishes our Tuesday Legacy stream. Thank you guys for joining us. Go ahead and give us a follow if you haven't already. Some of you are... I don't think there was a Griffin in Exile versus Factory.
Yeah, I don't think there was.
We'll be back here tomorrow morning.
We will.
10 a.m. Mountain Time, which is noon Eastern. We're going to play something in Legacy.
We are going to play something.
We'll do a league. We'll show you guys some skewy Legacy decks. We play some Tier 1 decks as well.
Yeah, and if there's ever a deck that we have that you want us to play, just for a donation or a subscription, like $5, you can always decide what we play for the next day. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
So
and I say follow us so that you get the fun little notification that when we're going live, because it does vary sometimes. But we'll definitely be back here Friday night for some more Legacy. I'll probably be playing.
You're gonna play?
Yeah, and then you're streaming. And I think I went 3-0 last Friday with Blue Red Delver. And that was fun.
Yeah. Are you gonna run it back?
Probably.
Yeah. I actually think I've kind of made the decision. Specchio, thank you for the follow. I think I've made the decision that I want to play Blue Red Delver in Seattle.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
It's a little early to decide, but okay.
Well, I'm not really a master of any of the legacy trades. I play a lot of the decks.
Yeah.
I kind of want to have time to actually like.
I think it's a good deck to play because it's not show and tell, right? And which is often what you would play at a GP, but it does play pretty clear lines, and yet it's interesting Magic to play. Yeah, but I think it's also favored against a lot of decks. A lot of the 4-color decks. Price of Progress is just really good. And it's faster than a lot of decks.
Yep.
So it feels good. Plus, being able to get basic lands when you want them is nice too. Mm-hmm. So, thanks again for joining us for some Tuesday Legacy, guys. I will be back here next week, and I'll be back here tomorrow.
Yes.
So join us for more Magic.
I'll be here every day.
Whoa.
Except for Saturday and Sunday. Unless I want to be. Then I will be.
Like during the Super Bowl, you're not going to be streaming?
Oh, that's this weekend, huh?
Yeah.
I will not be streaming during the Super Bowl.
Probably not.
Nope.
All right, guys. Everybody have an excellent night.
Hail Heroes, guys.